He said palm trees. He did say palm trees.
Well, and then I said just palm leaves. So you can move palm leaves apart.
Come on, man.
You don't think there's actually 3 hot tubs on the prude side. This is the only hidden one.
A secret hidden hot tub in a resort where thousands of people go every week.
Yeah, you wouldn't think to look around some plants, and there's a hot tub right in the middle of it.
We just don't know what kind of plants those are. They could be palm
exotic. I bet they're exotic.
Palm ferns. How about that? That's what they were.
Palm ferns.
I'm going to Google palm ferns.
But nobody knew it was there. So okay, go ahead.
Just you told me I wouldn't call in, so I had to call in.
Well, I said you'd call in and poke holes in the story. You said, but you've yet to poke anything.
I have a job that doesn't allow me to take a smoke break every 5 minutes. I can't call in on a whim.
Oh, wow.
So now we're just going to take shots. You haven't poked any holes in the story since you can't now just take shots about smoking breaks? That's not funny.
Oh, man. I got to get on a plane. I just thought that I'd call in.
Wow, I think Iggy got the win here.
Well, good job.
Iggy got a W.
And there is something called a palm fern, so there you go.
All right, so there's no hole there.
Wow, Iggy with a big W there.
Well done, Iggy.
Well, you can't prove anything when you say I lie about stories. I'm not lying about the stories I
I
tell.
don't know why you would lie about a hot tub. I imagine there's hot
that's
tubs
something
down
I
there.
woke up this morning. You know what? I'm going to tell a big lie about a hot tub.
The learned tweeting thing was sort of a lie.
You have one thing you go back to.
Yeah, that's the one thing you go back to all the time.
Yeah, after you made this declarative statement that I couldn't name anything of which you lied, and I immediately did.
And you saw like 2. The rest were responses to her, not me directly tweeting at Learn. You need new material.
Fred Astaire is giving Iggy the win. Tear this guy apart, Iggy. This guy is hedging worse than the groundskeeper with their palm ferns. He probably thinks Top Golf will be closed in 5 years, too. Drink bleach, nerd. That's from Kevin's brother, Jack Demoff. The Baldwin Bottom Feeder says, this guy sucks. Get a life and grow up, you effing loser. Boy, they could be banty roosters in that text inbox.
They hate anyone that calls.
Let's see. Guys, you should ask Biff. He might be the best resource on writing off sex worker expenses.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
Butter me up, Daddy.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2. The Post Sports Bar and Grill presents Iggy's Drops of the Week.
I probably sign more pictures and take more pictures with females than males.
And you, too, can let stepfathers know at St. Patrick's Day parades that you are down to clown.
Your droppings have become my soppings.
Yeah.
Outlook. What is that?
My naughty little hoodie.
There's nothing important that I could ever bother Learn with.
I think there's a lot of determining factors on if I would stay with a guy with a 3-inch penis.
9 o'clock, nakey.
But God, this guy got cucked.
Where are you finding all these power tops?
A webcam for boys and girls.
This is a bowl with a button.
I don't want to get pumped.
I don't know if this is hijacking or not. Once I go live, it lights up.
I was destined for stardom.
My problem this weekend was I really wanted to play Big Buck Hunter.
Ooh, did we just change topics? And the ladies, you're looking for MVC Strange?
Yeah.
So I guess you got to be all lubed up. You never know when you're going to get gaped.
You're trying to pick up the Berg girls?
I've already had sex.
You're talking chamby pots.
Is it a thing that you're just playing around with us, that you never add S's to the ends of words?
Perhaps you picked up on this. I don't care about any of it.
Just make a putt, Fleetwood, you idiots.
Oh, your sphincter needs attention.
What's wrong? You got a load?
Yeah, when I hear about one man licking another man's leg scar, it really makes me want to watch.
Oh, you walk in, it's like a mosh pit of sex.
I'm me, baby.
Today I feel more like a top.
They know I'll be dirty.
I think that's going to negate the pleasure my tongue can give you.
They know I'll cuck them.
Talk about getting cocked.
What do you drink, Tim?
I mean, I smoke blunts and drive a minivan.
Last time I played with Cletus, he poked me with a golf club right in the boy parts.
Step off, Grandpa.
Doug, check out my calves, bro. Got a soft cow now?
Because I'm a good little boy.
Did the reverse cowgirl over the toilet.
A lot that you desire in the kink world.
Oh yeah, she's playing coy. I look up to you as my boss.
We could just erect a 600-foot statue of Tim.
And my glasses are perfect. Well, I definitely would spend money on you.
You're going to just do your own show now today, Leather?
No, I'm looking at the PBA standings for the Scorpion Open.
It was a pony for sure. That's a Sherwin-Williams cock.
Well, I definitely would spend money on you.
Should we be paying more attention to our Pinterest pages?
Are your nips taped?
You got some Illinois State strange.
That was Iggy's Drops of the Week, presented by The Post.
Stay posted, my friends.
Ryan Kelly, you're always a guy who keeps it 100, including with your hero.loan. Tell us about that.
Look at you, dripping over there with the smoke. We do keep it 100, I'll tell you that. At HeroLoan.com, you can buy a house with no money down. You've been in the military, family member's been in the military, and you want to buy a house, but you're worried you just don't have the down payment. With the VA loan, you can buy a house, 100% financing, no money down. At HeroLoan.com, the only way to VA.
You're the one dripping with smoke.
The Homeloan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Patio season is quickly approaching St. Louis, and you know that Rosalia's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. Rosalia's friendly staff serves up tableside guac, pilot-high nachos, a full array of classic Mexican dishes, and the most delicious house and specialty margaritas. When you're craving a marg, you know the best are at Rosalia's. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalia's cater your next event. Check out rosaliascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago, and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, The Potted Plant, TMASTL, YouTube.com/TMASTL. Come on in and subscribe. Why wouldn't you? I mean, at this point, there's a lot of hot videos in there where guys are cute and playing with each other.
Oh.
Yep. It's the Michelob Ultra Studios. That's where you'll find me, Doug Vaughn, Iggy, Plowhawk, and then across this street in his own Horton Watkins Studios, Action Jackson.
Look at that thing.
What do you got there, Plowhawk? That is...
Oh, my word.
Doug, that might be 1,000 calories in that bag because there's 2 donuts. It's a double-decker.
Yeah. I got the maple long john, and then I have the very underrated blueberry cake donut.
I like those.
Aren't they really?
Yes, I like
and
them.
nobody really thinks about getting them in their dozen.
And because there's a speckle of blueberry, you feel like it's healthy for you.
Yeah, of course. God, it's very
I don't
healthy.
think it's healthy, Doug. I don't go in there thinking I'm eating, real fruit here.
You can text in your thoughts on real fruit, 314-881-TMA5. It's the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. You can call in Steve Schmidt Key of North County. Phone line 636-900-4TMA. We had a full board yesterday, but just didn't get to calls.
No.
And then we have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. JV Golf Coach joins a star-studded leaderboard here for the month of March. Brian Henson, Timmy Tom Tunnels 12,000, Stephen Wildwood, Misty Plops, Tunnels Talty, Carlos Spicy-Wiener, Doug's Microphone Shadow, Ellen Foley's Neighbors, and the JV Golf Coach, all with wins. Only 4 with 2 wins. This thing is up for what Doug describes as snatch grabs here as we head into the final 9 days of the month of March.
And we'll have something for the winner, either be concert tickets or
oh my gosh,
restaurant gift certificate. We'll have something.
Look at this. Things are starting to happen here. It's the Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. And let's get right into it. Nick Letty joining the Blues.
Okay.
Who's that?
Who's that? They made a big deal yesterday, a big blockbuster at the deadline. We lost Sonny. We lost Walsey. We lost a Z to be named in the draft next year. And we got Letty, and we got Wiskinski, we got Big W. And this Letty, I don't know about him. His plus-minus is a minus 33. That's second worst in the whole league.
Yeah, but those are just stats.
Those are just stats. So I guess I shouldn't bother with him.
Well, his want to.
This guy has guts and want to. He's been in the league a dozen years.
How many goals do you have?
I think he got one.
One?
I don't have that right in front of me, but I think he had about one. I don't know.
Doesn't sound like much of a move.
Well, there's a lot of people that might agree with you. I don't know. I haven't really followed Nick Leddy's career that closely to know exactly what they're getting. I do have faith in Doug Armstrong that he knows what he's doing. So when they make a trade and I don't understand it, I just assume that he's that much smarter than most of us that we don't need to understand it.
I never really understood the plus-minus. I mean,
we're going to break that down.
Leddy may have been on the ice, and he may have been back-checking, forechecking, taking his player out, and the defenseman falls down, they score a goal. Leddy gets a minus. He didn't do anything.
Well, that stat can be misleading at times, but when you're second worst in the league at that, at a minus 33, you telling me guys fell down 33 times?
Yes.
I didn't count, but could have been.
Right. Well, it could have been. That's why I say it's not something that I necessarily understand the trade. I like Sundqvist. I thought he was a heck of a player. He was always hurt, but boy, he gave it everything he had when he was in there.
Well, to me, this is just a move based upon, and you don't know what he's going to want, but this is the last year of a deal, and seeing how NHL is now, people are getting a little bit more money, so maybe $3 or $4 million a year, potentially, is his value, and I did see something that, you free up cap space and maybe you go after a Kachuk. You try to lay money on the table for him if he doesn't re-sign. So, maybe this is a future move, which I would be fine with if this move, yields
Don't say yields.
Matthew Kachuk. I think I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, Leddy has a goal and 15 assists.
God, that's just
for a plus-minus of minus 33. His career is a minus 63.
So he's having a pretty good year.
That says something, right? Or they wouldn't keep the stat. That you're on the ice this year 33 times in a 5-on-5 situation where the other team scored.
What's harder to understand, plus, minus, or match play?
Jeez.
Only Tim knows match play.
Well,
it's like an occult science. Either you're born with
I'm going to explain
or
it in the 9 o'clock
you're
hour.
not.
Yeah, you got one this week, so you better figure it out soon.
We're drafting today, right?
Yeah, it starts tomorrow, so I guess we have to today.
Nice. Have you been looking at the matchups?
I haven't been looking at a darn thing. I've been looking at Nick Leddy's stats. You kidding me? Yeah.
What's the bigger move? Blues got Leddy or the Cardinals got
Packy Naughton.
Paddy Wagon? Who?
Packy Naughton.
Doug Packy Naughton.
Off the waiver list.
Such a great name.
We are just
Plowsy was just talking about names yesterday.
just about, the lowest of hanging fruit you could possibly
I would think.
get in the whole market.
Yeah.
Wait, why do you hate Packy Naughton?
I love the name, and he kind of looks like a cool dude.
Yeah.
I just think for this club, I don't know if he's going to be that, Zipchensky.
I think like the stars have aligned, and it's the right time for Packy Naughton.
Nice. Super nice, actually.
He wouldn't always fit on this club, but right now, perfect.
We are in the Michelob Ultra studios, just give and takes, really. It's kind of what we're doing here. Michelob Ultra, the sponsor of the studios on the Ryan Kelly Morning After, and also the sponsor of the Dotem and the Fan Page Club Championship. And Doug, a week from Friday, registration opens for the Dotem. I received an email yesterday, and I had to have Jackson take a look at it to make sure I understood it correctly. This is starting to happen, both for the Fan Page Club Championship and for the Dotem, where people are contacting individuals on the dais. And I don't know how many calls you've received.
None so far.
In this case, this gentleman said he won the Dotem a couple of years ago and wanted to make sure he had a spot reserved.
He wants an exemption.
But did he actually,
I don't know if anybody knows who ever wins the thing. It's a scramble.
And that's a good point on his part, because maybe he thinks that we don't really have...
Right, and he'd be right.
And he is, yeah, he's correct on that.
Here, let me read it. Doug, I'll read it for you. You decide.
Okay.
Because Jackson, I had you read this yesterday. Tim, hope all is well. Love the show and love the YouTube edition. As a prior winner of the 2019 Lisa Ann Dotem, picture attached, fleshlight not included, we were hoping to defend our title this year. Live in Chicago, but luckily have a wedding that weekend in St. Louis, so would need to be included in the Friday tournament.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm not asking for anything for free. We will pay our way, just hoping to land a spot for a foursome as a past champion.
What is this, the Masters?
I actually kind of like the email.
I think it's stupid.
You'd love these if you got these all the time.
Probably wouldn't. I like the picture as attached to it.
So, Doug, are we giving past champions exemptions? Because honestly, I don't know who's ever won the thing. I mean, it's a scramble, and
Well, is it definite that you have more people who want to play than spots to put them in?
Cletus just texted me that he's won it twice.
Well, how many have there been?
There's no record of this.
We won in 2019.
Now everybody's a winner. You get a championship. You get a championship.
How many dodos have we had?
I think we've had 73. This will be the 74th.
I have a picture of me, Cletus, and Lisa Ann with the trophy and the watches.
I just think you open it to the public and past champions, but you have to have the same foursome, right? Or it just doesn't make sense.
You still don't get just because you won. This isn't the Fan Page Club Championship where you get in if you won.
No, that's serious.
This is a dodo. You can't.
That's a major.
Yeah, you can't.
It's the fifth
serious business.
Prior winners don't, and I think what you won was the longest drive, and you got a fleshlight.
I got a fleshlight?
No, that guy.
Oh,
because Cletus and I and
Doug, who won in 2019?
I don't have the slightest notion.
Because that's the last year Lisa Ann was here.
Was there an A and B group?
I don't know.
Jackson, you were a sophomore in high school. Who won in 2019?
I don't know. No, it's like we said. It's a scramble. It's a four-man scramble. Like winning it is no it's no real.
No, come on, buddy.
Clip that off.
Winning is prestigious.
It isn't prestigious.
You got that Dotem trophy, a picture with Lisa Ann.
Who cheated the most, basically?
Well, we don't cheat.
No.
I'm not saying anyone cheated. It's just a four-man scramble is a lot different than winning like a one-man, match play tournament.
Well, of course it is, but that's not the format here.
Right, but we've never. Has there ever been exemptions for past winners?
No, there hasn't.
All right, so.
Well, premise being, some of the players, Doug, are starting to worry if they're going to get in.
Oh, yeah.
And so what I would advise is make sure you're online on Friday. That would be, is that April 1st at 8 a.m., a member of your foursome, and then just book it, and you'll be good. I mean, we're going to have 2 days with 2 full flights. I think, 60-plus foursomes available. So
maybe he'll get in. There's no reason to exclude this fellow.
No.
He's just looking for a break to get in, to make sure that he gets in.
I have had some DMs about what team you're playing on. So,
Doug, what team are you playing on?
I'm not playing on a
Which
team.
is a way to get in automatically in the tournament.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing there.
To go in as a whole team?
I don't know if we're
Get you-
playing
In
or
terms
being
of,
on a
you
hole.
know,
I know I am not playing. They have asked me to do what Doug calls a celebrity shot.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were all doing that on each hole.
On each hole?
No, not on each hole, but each of us on a different hole. I thought that's what they said in the last meeting. I could be wrong.
I want one next to, like, dense woods.
Oh.
Just in case.
I could putt, I think. Might be about the limit of my golf swings.
Tim, I think I won the Dotem once. Can you go out of your way to reserve me a spot, too? That's from the Hunchback of Von
Okay,
Castle.
he's in.
Nutted it.
Tim, can I have an exemption to get in? I've never won, but I do believe in giving back charity to hot dog stands, and the morning the spots go on sale, I've got the opening shift at Beaver to marry ketchup and stock liquor. I'd appreciate your consideration. That's from Beer Cat.
All right, he's in.
No,
Screw that guy and screw Chicago. That's from the total package.
All right, there.
Chris Raby's listening this morning, and he says, "Hey, dork, how about a special exemption headfirst into the Chicago River this morning?" Jesus, that's from Chris Raby.
Now, how that will happen, we haven't yet worked out, but I do believe in it.
People badly want to play in our golf tournament, and because they express that, we want them thrown headfirst into the Chicago River. I don't get it.
I think it's still green.
I think so. I think it's
Could be.
lingering.
Yeah.
I would guess.
Hey, we're throwing a big tournament. Okay, I want in, please. God bless it. Throw him in the river.
I would guess if we're doing eightsomes, which we did, and it worked perfectly. I think
It's a nice, surprisingly nice pace of play.
Yeah, it goes faster than having to wait every hole. So actually, when you start with an eightsome, there's a whole hole in front of you and behind you.
Hole.
Nobody's, waiting. So I would guess if you're doing that, you could do 72 foursomes. You should have 18 and two on a tee. Then it'd be 36.
God, that's a lot of players, isn't it?
It's a lot of great players.
You almost have to, because if you don't, if you have one hole with only 4 players on it.
That is it. I mean, that's it. This has been worked out.
Oh, I thought you said 60-something foursomes.
Well, yeah, because there'll be sponsors like.
Oh, okay, you're right. Yeah,
AB,
okay. Those open.
Mungast and Family Golf. They get foursomes. And then any past champion, of course, gets a foursome.
No.
Oh.
Well, I'm not on a committee. You guys do what you want, but I don't know this.
Well, the committee will be meeting today for a sales meeting at 2 o'clock if you'd like to stick around.
I can come by if you
about
want.
25 people in there if you want.
You want me to come by? Is it all for the dotem or just...
A lot of it is about the dotem.
I don't want to bug anybody else about anything else. I'll talk
I
dotem.
think the last time you were in, we talked about the Vespa. What is the status of your Vespa?
I don't know. I guess Jay's working on that.
Where my Vespa?
I mean, it's still March. I mean, I wouldn't be able to drive it till like...
It's close
Sure
to
you
Vespa
could. It's
weather.
70 degrees out there.
It's getting there.
Boy, was it windy this morning.
Hawks up, Doug. Hawks up. You're going to have to really hit a stinger into that hawk.
Boy, it's brutal out there. But then I smoked in the underground garage this morning. Not a breath of wind in there. It's perfect.
Doug, how do you explain that?
There isn't.
I found my
Because
new,
you're surrounded by concrete.
I found my new spot. Of course,
That was
that's the
key.
spot we're supposed to be
concrete
anyway.
was the
You're
key
right.
in that scenario.
I was woken up by the wind this morning.
The hawk woke you?
Yeah, it was smacking my window so hard that I thought someone like broke in my car. I was like,
Oh,
what
jeez.
was that noise out there? And it was just the wind.
Warson Woods Wacko says everyone north of Manchester is exempt for the dotem.
Well,
this is a problem.
Like anybody north of Manchester? Like up to Minnesota?
all the way north, I guess.
Theoretically,
Look, it's
Janie the
pretty
lesbian
simple. It's
exempt.
pretty simple. I mean, get up Friday morning, get ready at 9 o'clock. If you can't make it, have one of your foursomes and just get online, hit a button, and you're good. I mean, you got to pay, but you're good.
This is going to really hurt the olds and the basement people. The olds don't really know how to use technology, so they're not going to be quick on the trigger. They're the people that usually get the C group, even though they're on it, on Southwest 24, because they just aren't fast enough. The basement people are getting spotty Wi-Fi because the routers, at the parents' room.
And they wouldn't want to just walk upstairs and do it.
Yeah, so you're going to have those, those are a lot of our listeners are basement people.
Dwelling
And
walruses.
Brian Henshin is asking for an exemption. I don't know, Doug, if you're going to consider all of these requests. Tim, can I get an entry pass? I don't actually know if I will be able to make it, but I am ranked atop the former TMA intern rankings, Korean edition. Thanks, it's Brian Henshin.
We haven't got a Korean edition.
Carlos Spicy Wiener says, I'm pretty sure Cletus is the only one who cares about winning a Pinewood Derby trophy for a diabetic water buffalo golf tournament where the real competition is which walrus can drunkenly donate the most cash to the girls strategically placed around the course. Secondly, my wife very well may be in labor when registration occurs since our baby is due on the 1st, but if I have to multitask in the hospital, so be it. I'll do it. My wife will understand. That's
Nice
from Carlos Spicy Wiener.
Wonderful effort.
imagine having to ungrip your wife's hand as she's pushing so you can get on your phone to register for a...
I'm sorry. Just give me 10 minutes here. I'll be done.
I need to get my foursome into this dough.
I need to step away briefly.
Hey, Tim, can I get an exemption as well? I don't know you and don't care about bothering people like an uncouth walrus basement slob. Hashtag Jesus. That's from the Grants Farm Gorilla.
Oh, they don't have gorillas at Grant's Farm.
They should consider adding them.
Well, I guess usually they have docile animals.
Yeah, they don't have much out there.
They have camels and they have goats.
Longhorn steer.
Yeah, they do have. They used to have an elephant. I don't think.
So you think a gorilla would cause issues?
I think a gorilla could get out of just about any enclosure they might have there.
They're very endangered. You gotta be careful. Not many left.
They have the Clydesdales out there.
Yeah.
Ladue is north of Manchester. Huntley as well. Stay down in your herpes-infested south. That's from the Veiled Prophet.
Yeah, we have a border there, like south of Olive, maybe Ladue.
He says Manchester's the cut.
Well, north of Manchester, but then it has to be south of something. Otherwise, you're going up until Minnesota.
Oh yeah, you want strictly Central Corridor.
Right.
Look, we don't want any Huntley people. They already have their country clubs. We need our Hoosier tournament.
I think it would be Ladue Road if you're really going to go with the ritzy
So
between
south
Ladue and
of Ladue.
Manchester.
Oh, there's plenty of nice houses between Ladue and Olive.
Oh, I know, but we just want the creme de la creme, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
0.1% here. Guys, Cletus's bed looks like the one Kathy Bates has in the movie Misery, which keeps Jimmy Kahn captive. Thanks, that's from the Dogtown Astrophy.
Got the room for it.
Good.
This person's unhappy with Carlos Spicer Eater. Now we have texter on texter violence in the Munganess 7 o'clock hour.
What is it now?
How many times is Spicy We're going to mention that he's having a kid? You had sex. Congratulations. It's from Holly Hills Hustler.
He's the one. There aren't many that can say that.
Oh, I like
that
Carlos.
listen to this. Yeah.
Only 2 on this days.
Yeah, that's rare in St. Louis radio where you have a 5-person show. Well, that's just rare in general. But that the majority of the people on the show are without child.
Yeah.
This is Doug. This is a child brewing area.
As far as I know,
ripe with fertilization.
None of us has a prison record either, do we?
Mm.
No.
I've been in jail a couple times. So
I was gonna say my record's clean.
There we go.
Okay.
Munganast is the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour. StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com. Work with the great Jamie Burkhardt. Work with the great Clayton Patterson. It's Munganast. StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com for new, for pre-owned, and you have to get your car serviced. Even if you didn't get your car from Munganast, work with Munganast. It's where I got my car. It's where a number of us have gotten our cars, and we recommend them. And Jamie Burkhardt wholeheartedly. Yeah, I will be more than happy to make an introduction for you. T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com. It's Munganast, StLouisAcura.com, and AltonToyota.com, the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. And Doug, it's called the Ryan Kelly Morning After because Ryan Kelly's the title sponsor, the HomeLoanExpert.com, the HomeLoanExpert.com, Jack.
Well, that's who he is. He is indeed your and mine and everybody's home loan expert because he can get you in a home with a fabulous mortgage, or maybe you're already in a house and you just decided that maybe you'd like to save some money by doing a cash-out refinance. Still a great time to do it. Rates are still low. They're starting to inch back up, but big picture, they're still low. Still a fabulous time to get refinanced if you have not done that in the last few years. Mortgage rates are still sitting right there, very low. Home values skyrocketing. Never been a better time to look for a refi. The team at the Home Loan Experts can lower your interest rates, maybe save you a few $100 a month, and maybe you can pull out some cash, pay off those credit cards, maybe buy a car if you need to, make the home improvements projects a reality. Anything, it's your money. It's just sitting there. Ryan says the average person pulling money out of a refi mortgage now is taking home about $54,000. It's your own money. It's your equity. It's sitting there. If you need to use it, that's how you get access to it. If you need an original mortgage, Ryan Kelly and his team are right there for you as well. It takes about 5 minutes to get pre-approved online at thehomeloanexpert.com. Any kind of mortgage issue you have, questions, comments, you want a new mortgage, you're looking to buy a new house, you need an original mortgage, these are the people you go to. I've done there twice. I've refied twice with Ryan Kelly. They cannot be better people. We all love them. HomeLoanExpert.com. Thank you, Ryan Kelly. Thank you so much, Sir Mortgage.
Carlos Spicy Wiener has issued a statement in response to the Holly Hills Hustler and what is developing right now, similar to Hugo Pasha and the Warson Woods Wacko. Holly Hills Hustler, thank you for acknowledging the sex. Please go have some yourself sometime. It's fun. I hear that Glory Hole in Wilmore Park is a great spot if you haven't gotten any recently.
Ugh.
That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener. We had to do a remote from that Glory Hole in Wilmore Park.
Oh, my God!
I don't believe they exist.
You imagine
I've never seen one.
Setting up a table and dais.
Will we be in, like, the park bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one of our
George
microphones poking through the glory hole, and one of the hosts would be on the other end.
I'd like to spend 3 hours doing this show in the restroom of a public park.
I'd do it.
I think it'd be better to do it at Busch Stadium, in the bathroom at Busch Stadium.
As people push out those nacho helmet brines.
With TMA
I'm
Live.
telling you, it's still the best thing about Cardinal baseball is going in and watching the guys after their helmet nacho clean it off, put it on their head.
Do they really do that?
They don't do that.
Do they really clean it off?
100%
And then wear it on their head.
Sour cream and everything.
Doug, you got Soppins and Fitzens on your head.
There's the sour cream, there's the cheese.
The helmets actually fit?
Are they full helmet size nachos? That'd be 5,000
You have
calories.
two sizes, and obviously the people that are going to be going and wearing the helmet,
Yeah.
they don't shortchange their...
Right. Now, would it be worse if you cleaned it off in the bathroom, or you ate it so clean, like licked it dry, that you didn't need to wash it to put it on your dome?
I like the lack of waste, so I wouldn't mind somebody licking it clean like a cat.
I hear the new suites have dishwashers.
Really?
Yeah, so you can just go ahead and put them in there when you leave and clean them.
Wow, I didn't know. Man.
Well, how about you just go buy yourself a plastic helmet without the nachos in it and put that on your head?
Yeah, but you gotta earn it.
You haven't earned it if you just buy it?
Yeah, no, you gotta
It's such a great deal. It's a 50-cent helmet, but you're paying $35 for the nachos.
Yeah.
Good nachos, though.
They are pretty fun.
Can you imagine the guy in China running the mold to make those little helmets? And he says, they pay how much for these things in America?
You fill them with what? Chips and cheese?
We just used 2 cents of plastic, and you're selling them for $30?
I saw a guy one time. They used to give out like commemorative cups. When you bought a big soda, it would be like either a Cardinal player on it or say St. Louis.
Souvenir cup.
Yeah, and I actually saw a guy at the end of the game walking aisle to aisle, picking up the cups off the floor. Now he's going to go home and wash them, I'm sure. But still, somebody else has been drinking on that. You don't know what they have. Yeah. It's just sitting there, and you stack them and you take them all home.
Sterilize them, I guess?
Because of that spitter.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, there's no way it's worth the squeeze there.
Spitters at the movie theater was always a problem.
Colby has just entered the YouTube chat, and he says, I'm in the mood to hook up with some dudes. So
we're just going to cut right to the chase.
Great start.
I guess.
They're so horny.
So if you want to meet a guy.
I don't like to see the hate on there. I really don't.
He says, your place, please. My wife doesn't know yet. So Colby, he's in the YouTube chat.
I'm trying to look at his profile picture.
I can't tell. It looks like a.
It looks like
a
Ric
judge
Flair
or something like that, or maybe somebody serving in Parliament. I can't tell.
Yeah, well, it could be Tommy Lee Jones dipped in Gould.
Oh yeah, Doug, remember that? He dressed up as a Victorian-era woman.
It was Tommy Lee Jones. He was the one dipped in Gould.
It wasn't Joe Pesci dipped in Gould?
No, Joe Pesci was wearing like a Victorian-era garb.
Oh, I like that too.
And they were Hoover and junk.
We should get a
Kevin Bacon.
I know we really don't have a moderator for our text inbox here.
Jackson is, and he's only blocked one person.
Yeah, it's kind of
that right?
Yeah.
Seems
You want me to block someone?
No, just get an algorithm and let the system block people like they do on Facebook.
You want me to develop a
something.
sophisticated algorithm?
Yeah. I mean, because I'm so livid at this, it's getting out of hand.
What's going on? I don't even know what you're.
Well, yesterday,
Colby just wants to hook up with a guy.
Yesterday, well, that's fine, but you got Spicy Wiener and the other guy going back and forth and telling each other to jump off of bridges. But I went to put something on Instagram yesterday. You aren't able to post on Instagram for hate.
You are.
You know what I did?
No, what?
And I can remember vividly what it was. It was either some girl talking about, I can't believe this. I did all the cooking today. I did everything. And then I asked my husband to do dishes. He said, I'm going next door to have a beer. Something like that. And I responded, men are the worst. I was banned from Instagram for saying men are the worst.
Oh, you got the Kanye treatment.
That's what Yeezy got?
He got 24 hours.
Like 24
So
hours.
I don't know what it's 24, 48, but men are the worst. I'm a man. How can I get banned for bashing my own kind?
So this is now the second social
And I was kidding.
I'm surprised that would get you. If you said women are the worst, I would have thought that
I would never say that. I said men are the worst. And I'm a man.
So how long is this?
I don't know. It just said you can't post it. I don't think it said.
I'm sure you'll be.
It's just stupid.
Free speech is a thing of the past in this country.
Well, I guess I could. So you want me to make an algorithm for the text inbox?
No, because then we'd lose like 95% of the people.
Okay.
So you're not that livid.
What about Daddy Padre? Because he's in the YouTube chat saying that Strode loves blocking people. # soft.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Uh-oh. Wow. Look, where's my oven mitts?
Another round.
I better get them.
Because
Okay.
things get back to me.
Now.
Things get back to me. And you're going around trashing me and lying, saying that you helped raise $2,000 for charity and I still blocked you. First of all, you did nothing for charity. You just wanted the attention by playing me in the Fan Page Club Championship, and I said no, unless there's some money involved for charity. I'm not playing you. I don't care if you leave the show. And we raised $2,000. Then you got your ass kicked and lost. And then that's your punishment. You can't be on the show anymore. You're blocked.
Forever?
And then you're blaming me, saying, oh, he made $2,000. I helped make $2,000 for charity, and he blocked me. That was part of the deal. You're gone from the show, ever. So quit lying. I wish I could block you from YouTube. I'd take you off here, too. Dumbass.
Jackson, can you block him from YouTube?
100% I can, but is that what... I need like a consensus. I need a quorum.
Well, the point was is that if he lost, he can't come on the show. He can't call the show. He can't text the show. He's not part of the show.
At the time of the wager, we didn't have YouTube.
That is true.
So I don't know,
can't
Doug. I don't know how you would
grandfather it
review
in.
it. I know you talk with advisors before you make a vote here.
Yeah.
That's part of the show, though, isn't
He
it?
says you changed the bet, keep changing the bet. That's from Daddy Padre. In the
I didn't even make the bet. You did.
Okay,
I think the Warson Woods Wacko was active, wasn't he? Didn't he fund it?
Yeah, he's the one that
Put up the cheddar.
started the funding.
No.
But the bet was you wanted to play me, and you said if you lost, you would never call the show or be on the show anymore. And I said no. I said, no, I don't care if you call the show or not. I don't want to play you. I don't want to spend 18 holes with you. I said, but if there was money if you can come up with like $1,500 for charity, then I'll play you. And everybody donated. I think it came up to $2,000. And then you lost, and your bet was that you are done with this show. So how did I change the bet? You just want the attention so bad.
What did the Greg Lansky tweet say?
Do you, can we still play the big boy drop? I like that drop.
I don't want anything with him to do with this show. But it's not my show, so you guys do what you want.
Why are you so bitter at him again?
Why? I don't know. Attention. Sorry, I was coughing and drinking coffee at the same time.
That was a take.
You were so bitter. So
That was a take. So angry, but yet not aware of the reason why.
Oh, there could be many things. I mean, just the attention whoring and just the backstabbing, going on other places and saying stuff about me that gets back to me.
Daddy Padre says it only counts in the 590 airwaves.
Well, now that could be. That's a good point from his defense team.
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, you're still calling there, so it's not working over there either.
Oh.
Well, you have moles everywhere.
I think it's back
I'm
to
afraid
me.
to go out now.
It gets back to me.
You'd be amazed.
I like that. It's like Al Pacino.
You'd be amazed at the things that people just DM me about. Hey.
Doug, a lot of leisure time out there.
Apparently so.
Yeah. Hey, you blocked this person. Look what he said. I said, well, I don't care what he said. That's the reason I blocked him. I don't want to see it.
Who cares? Who cares?
Him, her, whatever.
Now, so you do or do not want him?
I have no say-so in this. It's not...
Well, you have some
I'm not a
say-so. You
majority.
won the bet.
I would just soon never hear from him again, but that's just me.
Well, him just commenting on the YouTube page shouldn't be too bad.
I hadn't seen him much on the YouTube page.
Yeah, he pops in
Glancing
and
there.
out. Pops in and out.
Well, I can't stop him from going on YouTube.
He says he has Buck's Swope audio pulled.
Who does?
Daddy Padre.
What do I care?
Audio pull. How can we play it if he has it pulled? It's on his
Yeah,
computer.
we'll go listen to it. Get off of YouTube and go listen to it.
We're also tech savvy, Doug.
Okay.
I mean, my God. I mean, you lost your little make-believe gig as a backup goaltender. Now you're trying to find celebrity somewhere else.
He patted up one night, yeah. He was ready to go.
Guys, Iggy being upset at attention whoring is real rich. Thanks. It's from the 314.
Well, you want to point out why attention whore? I mean, I'm on the radio. I have to talk.
It's from the 314. Stewie is a big reason why we won the cup. We need him back. That's from the 636.
Who?
Stewie.
Disco Stew. Morning. Since we're talking about the attention, how serious do we need to be about the serious Lisa Ann dating game? We're serious when we say we're not super serious, but serious enough to no longer comment on random Instagram ads about a man not cleaning or cooking for no reason at all. Why? I don't know. Thanks. That's from Ellen Foley's commemorative cup collector with an algorithm.
I don't think I said any of that, but...
Pockets is so worked up because he has to be the biggest attention whore on the show. He can't have any competition. Some Randy character, Doug. He must be in a break down the hallway.
I guess, or he's texting while he's talking.
Is his time to shine?
Okay, Larry.
You think I have competition against Daddy Padre? Yeah. Perfect.
Padre seems like a salty, jilted lover. After Iggy won the bet, he doesn't remember. So thirsty. Block him. That's from the Grants Farm Gorilla.
Okay.
No, I pretty much like everybody. I really do. And I really have nothing against Daddy Padre. But it's just, again, it's certain people I just don't want to see or hear from you. That doesn't mean I don't like you.
Well, why would you not want to see or hear from him if you didn't like them?
Well, there's certain like Beer Cats. I like Beer Cats. He's a friend.
But you've blocked him.
I blocked him because I couldn't take the weather stuff anymore.
Block him!
I did. That doesn't mean I don't like Beer Cats. It just means I don't want to see your post anymore. So, and Daddy Padre, you can do what you want. I'm sure if I see you at a TMA Live or whatever, I'll say hi. But I get tired of the attention whoring and, he won the bet, but I'm still blocked.
Cats has a question. He says, I know my app is not the same as the Strodecast, but I'm seeing 32 on Saturday as a low for St. Louis. Ken said no more freezing temps this year. Is he standing by this? That's from Beer Cat.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I said no more rain or ice, or no more snow and ice weather.
You said winter was done.
Yeah, well, winter is done. That means no more 10, 15, 20, ice, snow.
How about 30?
Well, anything below
Well, it's going to be in the 30s. I don't think it's going to get down to 32, but it's going to be in the high 30s, mid 30s. I don't think it's getting below freezing. Go out and plant your stuff. Frost is done.
The frost is done, Doug.
No more frost? You say that with confidence?
No, I'm not going to do that because then people will go out and plant and like idiots and plant. Oh, you Strode said I was going to frost. I lost all my petunias.
That'd be on you, I guess.
It would be, but no, wait till April. That's when I'll plant. But, I mean, the ice and the snow are done. You're not going to see any more ice or snow or temperatures in the teens and 20s. That's done. Winter's done. Actually, spring was first day of spring was Sunday, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so winter is over, technically. Anyway, that's the reason he was blocked.
Okay.
He gets so
this is the show, huh?
Sounds like he had it coming. Sounds like he had it coming.
So enamored with the weather forecast.
Well, he thought you missed it badly a few times.
Well, I haven't, so.
Okay.
Anyway, Daddy Potter can do what he wants. I don't care.
So he can come back on the show?
It's not my decision. He lost a bet.
Doug, everything has to go through the board.
Okay. But you
And
said
there are
he could
5
come
members
back.
of the board.
Yeah, I'm just one.
I'm going to excuse myself.
You're gonna stay.
Oh, we need you. Now we got even numbers.
Yeah, we need you, brother.
Okay.
I'll say let him back on.
Oh my
No,
God!
Maybe he's learned a lesson. Maybe
I can't tell him to stay off YouTube, but
I think there needs to be a compromise. Maybe no call-ins.
I think YouTube wasn't addressed in the original wager, but the wager was that he was disappearing from the show. So that would be at the time the text and the radio, the call-in. So YouTube would be carved out just by accident. Doug, we can't. I mean, where will we be a year or two from now? We have no idea.
Oh, who knows?
Right. We didn't know YouTube was going to be where we would have a presence at the time of the wager.
Are there any HD3 channels?
There are 4s and 5s.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Every
exciting.
radio station is going to have 4 shows going on at the same time.
That's right. That's right.
That's pretty sweet.
At some point, I guess.
well, you lost a bet. So I don't know why you're trying to renege on it.
He misses us.
Guys, for
Yes,
6
you.
holes last year, 0 words were uttered between Ken and Daddy Padre, even though they had to share a cart. It was fantastic theater. Maybe you need to bring that back. Double or nothing. Ken beats him again. He gets to salt the earth by instituting a YouTube ban.
Wait, you guys sat in the same cart?
Yeah. What do you mean 6 holes? I think we went 18. I didn't talk to him for 18 holes.
Oh. And who else was out there with you?
Carlos Spicy-Winner must have been there.
Yeah. Well, that would have been the opening match, right?
Doug, was that the
Then we
first
all
round
played
match?
at
I know
once.
you watched it.
Did you didn't play last year?
I was in Jupiter.
Oh, that's right. I think it was we all played at once. So I guess
Let's call
Spicy
up
would
the 4th hole and just see if we see something there, because that's a par 3. Little uphill, kind of deceivingly so, but it plays a little more uphill. And if the wind is out of the south, you're into the hawk and uphill, so you'll see a lot of the players come up short there. And if that pin is in the back, all of a sudden, what is a relatively simple golf hole can really become problematic. Doug, what do you see here on Iggy's tee shot?
Well, you're going to have to keep it straight. You want to stay out of trouble.
Nice.
And certainly stay out of the pine straw. And then your second shot, you're going to have to do some shot sculpting of the golf ball.
It's a par 3.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's no sculpting on my second shot except for a putt.
No, you'll be sculpting because I've seen you hit.
Mm.
And the third shot, if you can just get on the dance floor.
So my second shot didn't get on either?
No. And then 2 putt.
That's all we need
stop
from you.
this crazy 3
So we're just looking at a 5 and get out.
Stop trying to aggressively go for it on every putt, every first putt, because it's costing you a lot of strokes.
I don't know what I hit there, usually 7 iron, I think.
Well, it depends. I mean, that's a deep green, and the golf hole is so much different if the golf pin is in the front versus in the back. Doug, I would say would you say that's a 14.5 yard difference?
14.5 or so.
I usually play middle of the green for all those.
He plays middle of the green.
I play middle of the green. That's the yardage I use. And
Doesn't pretty much
if
everybody.
it's in the front, if it's in the back, I just play middle of the green.
Yeah, I think most people do.
This is the kind of breakdown you will get in advance of the Dotem, in which some of the players would like exemptions based on winning, and then also the Fan Page Club Championship, which will take place May 1st at Gateway National. It's all presented by Michelob Ultra, superior light beer brewed for those who understand that it's only worth it if you enjoy it, containing only 95 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra, the title sponsor of the Dotem and the Fan Page Club Championship. A week from Friday, you will be registering online at tmastl.com right at 8 o'clock. even if your wife is in labor. Carlos Spicy Wiener.
That sounds like an excuse to me.
Agree.
I'm having a child. I can't get there at that time. That's an excuse.
Agree with you. Keep that asshat off the show. That's from the 314.
Okay.
Well, we're not taking votes. We're just...
Iggy, Mrs. Swinghaven board member is ready for spring, and it's a picture of that lady that he sends in sunflowers.
Yeah.
Well, this picture's gone around.
You've seen that picture before?
Well, yeah, he's used it many times.
Oh, I was about to say, if you've seen that elsewhere, then
No.
you would have a situation.
I mean, I wish she was real because she's attractive.
Why don't they participate in the Lisa Ann dating game?
Well, because she's not real.
Well, that'll end it. Yeah.
If she was real, we would have seen her by now.
I think so.
Not just in pictures.
Probably.
If she's real, that means she tribs. That person right there tribs.
How do you know?
Because the Swinghaven board members talked about it.
Oh.
But the suspicion is that Swinghaven board member is just a guy making them stories.
Yeah.
And that poor girl, I wish we knew who
Aren't
she
they
was.
all? They all have been so far. Why would we think that the trend is going to change?
Can you put your cursor over that and see if a name pops up? A lot of times it will on Facebook.
Well, that's not on Facebook. That's in a EDF text inbox.
Okay.
Jackson, you running a cash register back there now?
Nah.
Well, what were you clicking
What's going on, baby? Let's workshop this.
I was answering the phone.
Oh,
is this Swinghaven board member?
Nah, it's Larry Nickel.
Oh, okay.
Tuesday?
Leather seems rattled the last couple days. What's the real issue, Smokey? That's from Starfish Street.
Rattled?
Well, nervous. And
There's nothing rattling about this job. I come in and I have a great time for 3 hours every day. If I have to stay around later, I have a great time because I love the people I'm working with.
Look at that. Look at that, Doug.
Yeah,
There's nothing to be rattled about.
Buck Swope has DM'd me, and he has issued the following statement.
Okay.
Do we have time?
The bet
Like
Daddy
30
Padre
minutes.
proposed was only about calling. Iggy, then while...
Iggy's phone's ringing.
Just
Sorry, I thought I turned it off. Yeah, that was a legitimate number, too. I just... I'm sorry.
No, I didn't know if you were going to talk about who's calling. Is everything all right? Is it emergency?
No, I'm trying to get an interview with this band from California. That was a California number. So
Oh, nice.
But
What
it's
band?
It's a band I found online the other night just searching called Liliac.
Liliac, Doug.
Why would you want to do
It's
an
a group of 5 family members from age 15 to 22.
Like the Partridge Family.
No, they are this singer, Melody. She sounds like Lizzie Hale. I've never heard a voice like this on a 21-year-old girl.
Lizzie Hale will be at Point Fest.
She will be. Maybe I'll get to meet her. But I mean, they're truly amazing. I was floored by this group, so I'm trying to get them on to talk about their band.
Phone
'cause
rang just at the right time for another hijacking.
Tim asked me about who was calling, and I just went through why I thought it might be somebody from California. Now
All right,
back,
I'm going to read
back to
Buck's folks'
Padre,
message
or
again.
whatever.
The bet Daddy Padre proposed was only about calling. Iggy then, while talking about the bet after it was a thing, included texting without Daddy Padre accepting the new terms. Then when Daddy Padre called back in after he lost using a fake name, Iggy or someone else allegedly blocked him from the old text line. That's from Buck Swope. Wow, Doug.
Okay.
Well, that's a huge development.
Show historian.
Well, I can tell you right now, I don't even know how to get on the text inbox.
Well, either way, the text inbox here, as we found out, hundreds of people apparently were blocked at KFNS who are no longer blocked outside of one guy. And I don't even remember what caused Jackson to block him. It must have been pretty severe. Jackson doesn't do a lot of blocking.
Yeah. Private issue.
Yeah, so I've never seen the text inbox. I wouldn't know what the password is. I wouldn't know how to get in there, and I sure as hell don't know how to block anybody. So maybe you piss somebody else off.
So now he can't call, but that's the original bet. Am I correct on that?
So now he can text in?
He's never been disallowed to text in
Seems like
on
it.
this new text line. He can say, I don't even think he was disallowed to do it on KFNS. He claimed to be. I didn't
Can he
block
come
him.
here in person?
Sounds
No.
like Daddy Padre back.
Can I come and meet you? No.
Yeah, no.
Well, you just don't have to read them.
Guys, just to be
Text
clear,
all you want.
someone from California just called Iggy at 5:45 California time. Right. That's from the 913.
Well, I show you the number I just missed.
You want to hold it up on the...
Okay.
Just give it all.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to see.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
All right,
that.
Doug, what's that recent number there just called?
Just what's the area code?
It says California. Area code's 858.
858. Anyone want to take a guess?
It's California.
Well, city.
Can't be all
Sacramento.
of California.
I was going to go Sacramento too, Plowhawk.
I'm going to say La Jolla.
Nice.
Well, that'd be a nice place to be.
I'll say it's some part of the L.A. area.
Okay, 858.
It's a big moment for this show.
It really is.
San Diego Beach. I think I'm. Oh, it includes La Jolla.
It includes La Jolla.
It does.
That's a big W for
Well,
me.
you're looking it up before you ask the question.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, Jack.
No, I wasn't.
He's home.
Could be Camp Pendleton there. Could be a soldier.
That could be.
Sailor, I guess.
It could be. It could be Blake Snell.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping it's
I wonder
Lilac.
if he is calling in.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm hoping to interview them. And they just played in Minnesota. They opened for Vixen on Friday night, and then Vixen was here Saturday night, and they didn't come with Vixen. They were opening for Bret Michael.
Doug, Vixen had Edge of a Broken Heart. Remember that? Was that 88?
I don't know the years, Tim.
They were kind of one of the prominent female hair bands of the 1980s. Vixen. Any individuals emerge from that band, Iggy, and have a big solo career?
No, because they pretty much changed band members to the current band they have now. They got to be, if all the original members were, they got to be like 60-something, don't they?
I don't know.
Mid-60s?
I don't know the years.
I mean, you can see guys doing that because they don't care, but women, they pretty much, when they're, in a band, once they're 35, 40, they kind of get into a solo career maybe, kind of like Susanna Hoff's doing now. She left the Bangles and has a pretty good solo career going. But usually the band members, they kind of, after a period of time, at least I've seen with the female bands like Runaways and Bangles and, God, who just went into the Rock Hall of Fame?
Go-Go's.
Go-Go's,
Doug Bindi Carlisle.
Right, Bindi. Yeah.
Get solo careers, but the bands kind of break up. Whereas the Stones are like 90, they're still together.
Yeah.
They kind of had something with the Go-Go's like we had on this show where the drummer started dating the lead guitarist. And it was awkward. Gina Schock and Jane... Was it Wheeland? Is it Jane Wheeland, Doug?
You're correct, Jane Wheeland.
Something like that.
And
she was so
Gina
cute.
Schock broke up with Jane Wheeland, but they stayed together. That was good. Doug broke up with me. I'm not happy about it, but
And
we're
yet
still
here
here
with the
doing it.
band still together.
Yeah, I mean we're still here doing the show.
I was looking
And
for
everybody's sleeping with everybody.
I was looking for a taller guy.
That's offensive. Drop
I'm
out of
sorry.
that. God bless
I'm
America.
sorry.
Not on HD2. Like, if we're going to do it on AM, that's fine. But on HD2, this is the big leagues.
Okay. I shouldn't have said that. The emotions got the best of me.
California patio furniture salesman is calling in. It's from Starfish Street.
No, that's done. I got my money back, and I got to keep the watch.
You gonna
That's
wear
good
it?
for you.
No,
It's a
I'm going
win.
to. I'm gonna-
Maybe that should be the prize for the email of the day.
Oh, that'd be huge.
You want it? You can. All right. The prize for the email of the day is the email of the month is my watch that I got in place of the patio furniture. Cheers.
Okay.
Will you sign it?
Still in the back. Well, it's black. I don't know if you can really sign it.
I got a silver Sharpie right here.
Silver
Yeah,
Sharpie.
I got silver and gold.
Silver and Burlons. The great Burlons.
Silver and
All right,
Journey
there's your prize.
last night, spectacular. It's from the 618.
Don't stop.
I was gonna go until, and I was gonna go to see Billy Idol, and then he canceled, and Toto replaced him. I really didn't want to see either. Toto or
What's your
Journey.
favorite Toto song?
Hold the line, boom, 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 boom.
Nice.
Love isn't waiting on time.
I thought it was Love Isn't Always On.
It is, but this has been changed now and
Okay.
updated to appeal
Well,
to younger
lyrics.
people.
It's a 2022 remaster.
They can remix with Drake.
Rosanna. So I was actually going to go see Billy Idol.
Doug, Mount Rushmore of Toto songs.
Africa's their biggest hit, right?
You'd have to think.
Oh,
Rosanna would be live. Hold the line. Do we get a fourth, the Mount Rushmore, Iggy? I mean...
No.
No.
I mean, there might be some deep cuts there, but
All right, what's your Journey, Mount Rushmore? Go.
I never liked Journey.
Oh, wow.
I liked early Journey before Steve Perry.
Don't Stop Believing?
That's got to be the George Washington.
Yeah.
You didn't like Steve Perry, though. He bothered you. Was it when he went solo with Oh Sherry? Doug, you remember Oh Sherry?
Sure.
I just say, I mean, it's just they weren't my cup of tea. Now, the early Journey, before Steve Perry joined, you still had Greg Raleigh, you still had Neil Sean, who I guess are still with him.
Greg Raleigh is not. He's
No?
the best. Nope.
No. To me, he was a big part of Journey. I guess Neil Sean, if Neil Sean's not there, there's no Journey at all.
He is.
Okay.
Well, some of those guys probably have $80 million in the bank, and they're now in their mid to late 60s or something, and they say,
Yeah.
why am I still doing this?
I just saw release today that Keishi presents. As you know, Mark Farner and his American band are coming to St. Louis, the Family Arena, with Blue Oyster Cult. I'm looking forward to seeing that. They just announced Grand Funk Railroad with Dave Mason coming to the factory. Dave Mason was just here like a weekend ago.
The factory in Chesterfield?
Yeah, so, and I was a little taken back because and it's not Keishi didn't do this, it was the factory said, hashtag American Band Grand Funk. Well, American Band is Mark Farner's band. He can't call it Grand Funk because
Don on this Grand Funk.
Don and Mel sued him. They couldn't use the Grand Funk name. But they're using hashtag American
It went on
Band.
for weeks here, and now we're getting a whole rundown of their schedule.
They just announced our sister station, a couple doors down.
I doubt Keishi views us as
Keishi presents.
We're like the sloppy
Grand Funk Railroad and Dave
Barnacle on the side of the ship.
Yeah.
Larry Nickel is on the line, Doug. It's a sponsored segment presented by the Post Sports Bar and Grill. My goodness, the Post is delicious. Larry Nickel, good morning.
Good morning, guys. What's up?
Well, unbelievable show last night. Doug and I were talking about it before our show. Couldn't believe what we saw.
Well, what happened, Larry? What happened in the show?
Well, technically, Stone Cold was supposed to come out and talk about the stuff that's going on with Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. But, everybody, me included, all got fooled and had me Kevin Owens with some type of stuff on his head where it was bald, coming out like he was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
Sick.
It was exciting?
Well, Kevin Owens thought it was.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else that was earth-shattering happened on the presentation last night?
Well, besides matches that gave certain people momentum going into WrestleMania next weekend.
Okay.
Doug, you want to be playing your best wrestling heading into
RK Bro go up against Alpha Academy. RK Bro won. Now we just found out last night that the Raw Tag Title match at WrestleMania turned out to be a triple threat match. With RK Bro defending against both the Street Profits and Alpha Academy.
Who decides that? Who decides what the matches will be? Is that Vince McMahon? Does he make all those calls still?
Bill Straub.
Well, it's supposed to be Vince McMahon, but they have what you call middle management.
Middle management makes that call?
Middle management.
Yeah, which consists of Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce, who, by the way, is a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
They're the ones who decide what the matches are at WrestleMania?
Yes.
Okay. Now, who decides
And
who
then
wins them?
What?
Who decides who the winner is?
The Stormy Combatants.
Oh. Okay.
What?
The Stormy Combatants. Larry, do you have the top 5 countries in the world available at your disposal at the moment?
Yes, I do.
Nice. Woo.
Number 5 will be Honduras.
Doug, Honduras.
Honduras. First time, I think, on the list.
He's new.
Number 4 will be Scotland.
Okay.
Number 3 will be Greenland. Number 2 will be Canada. Number 1, United States of America.
Yes. Well, here we go. Little momentum. Little momentum. Feels good. Feels good. Feels real good. Larry, God bless you, and God bless these United States of America.
God bless America and stay posted, my friend.
Thank you,
Larry
Nixie.
Nickel, presented by the Post, Sports Bar and Grill. We know he's not with Grand Funk. Shut up. It's from the 314. Who asked about this, Iggy? What is going on? That's from Lady Gaga's Fupa.
I don't know. We were talking Journey concerts, and I just brought up that Keishi is bringing in Dave Mason and Grand Funk.
Doug, Journey is notorious for orgies. Thanks. That's from Mudfingies.
Are they?
It says Randy Jackson's in the group now.
The guy used to be on American Idol?
That's right.
He was in Journey, though, wasn't he?
He was.
It says he still is.
He was involved with the Journey when he was on American Idol. Well, before he was on American Idol, I didn't know if he was now.
Yeah,
I don't know
no.
what his role was, but is Journey notorious for orgies, Iggy?
I didn't hear that. I haven't heard that.
What band is most notorious for orgies? Go. Mount Rushmore of bands or spots?
AC/DC probably.
AC/DC, is that right?
They put out a video once. Well, it wasn't. They didn't put it out. A friend of mine at Fox back in the day would send me videos of like they would take way up in the rafters. They would take pictures of couples like doing it way up in the balcony, and
People would go up in the balcony and engage in
the
court.
cheap seats and things like that. But they had a camera following around AC/DC's groupies, and it just looked wild. So I would say AC/DC.
I'd say Grateful Dead.
Grateful, like Jerry Garcia just moves around like a swordsman?
Well, I just think that with the people traveling with them all across the country, eventually it's just like, all right, let's have some group sex.
Any of those bands back in the day of the, the hippie and love era and free love and things like that.
Right, and when Grateful Dead folks still kind of be holding on to that, in a way.
Yeah, probably. Good call.
Yeah, so I think, and if
Grateful
that's the
Dead,
case,
the band for the orgies.
right, maybe Fish, similar kind of fan
genre?
base, similar fan base.
Jam bands, so jam bands lead to orgies, is that correct?
Yeah, I think, well, there's a lot of narcotic possible usage, so, that's it factors in.
Widespread Panic's another one's got a huge following.
I think we just made the Mount Rushmore.
I'm telling you, Motley Crue, bro.
You think so?
Absolute.
So, like, when we go to Busch
sex
Stadium in July, they're going to be orgies?
Yeah, Tommy Lee and the lead singer are literal sex addicts.
All right, Vince Neil?
Yeah, like, they were addicted to sex. There was orgies every night. They toured for 40 years or 30 years, whatever it was. That group is in the Mount Rushmore, and there's no argument there. They have two people who are addicted to sex. There's orgies every night.
What about Nikki Sixx?
Yeah, what about Nikki Sixx?
What about Nikki
He
Sixx?
was into drugs more at the tail end. I think he was spending close to $1,000 on heroin a day in his worst patch.
I still find it hard to believe that
Crazy.
as old as bands are, they're still playing stadiums and selling out.
It's insane. Knowing their lifestyle.
Yeah, how they keep at it.
I just have no idea how guys like that keep grinding.
They must all sleep till 3 in the afternoon.
Nikki Sixx said the other day, he tweeted out that tour starting up, I'm in the gym, working out. So they're keeping in shape.
I used to hate Motley Crue until I didn't really realize they jam. They're good.
Is Steve Perry still the lead singer for Journey?
No.
It hasn't been for like 20 years.
Really? So is it the same? It's not the same band without him.
Here, I'll give you the current members.
Well, the Asian singer is fabulous. He's got a great voice. And they keep asking Steve Perry to come back, and he just has no interest. I don't know, maybe he doesn't want to tour. He's got all the money in the world.
Well, maybe he can't sing the way he did, and he doesn't want to be remembered as the older guy trying to hang on. Because he sang, he had really belted it out there, and maybe at his age he can't do it anymore.
Guys, Motley Crue, no doubt, most orgies. Thanks, Joshy Tuna.
Okay.
No doubt, too.
Tommy Lee.
I can't see Gwen Stefani being in orgies.
Yeah, I couldn't see Gwen either.
Guys, Kent Bottenfield and I went to a concert of the Little River Band, and dongs were flying.
Really?
It's from Lance Painter.
Maybe that's why you got traded to the Angels. Cardinals aren't going to put up with that. You had a great year, but we're going to deal you for Edmonds.
Chief Jay Strongblow has sent in an image yesterday of what he says is the Iggy pout when Iggy backed away from the microphone and put his hands up.
Oh, I love that.
It's from Chief Jay Strongblow. Iggy, would you say that you were pouting here?
Kind of looks like I'm relaxing.
It's a relaxing pout.
I don't pout.
Guys, TMA Live could sell out a stadium. Dougie, you want to sell out a stadium?
Sure.
All right, where are you going to play?
Busch Stadium. I don't want to travel very far.
No, I think we do a stadium tour.
Oh, Busch, and then the Dome.
Soldier Field?
And then
we just do a bunch of
Enterprise.
AHL arenas.
We can do Family Arena, Enterprise, the Dome, and Busch Stadium. There's your tour.
A 6-stadium tour.
And Chaffetz. Chaffetz if it goes well.
We could do the old Rock House, and we'd probably get more people than Los Lonely Boys had.
And then we can go to O2 in London, and then that'll round it out. And then we bring tourism to St. Louis because we'll do a TMA Live in London.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where do they put us between, like, the Mary Kay week and, like, Monster Truck week? Are we kind of in the middle of that?
We're like
we're
the warm-up for the Monster Truck.
That's correct. That's correct.
I would like to do a live show from the, I don't know what they call it now, the Dinosaur Classic.
Oh.
From the driving range. That'd be great.
How do we do that?
Why would
Head
that
out
be
to Palm
so great?
Springs.
Well, it's the biggest lesbian festival in the world.
Right next to TMA Lives, that's correct.
It is. The Dinosaur Golf Tournament. Do they bill it as that?
Yeah.
Is that in Palm Springs?
Yeah.
It is.
Bring the sunscreen.
Yeah, they have a name for it now.
Lesbopalooza?
No, it's a gathering. I don't know what they call it, but that's what they do. Every year they gather at the Dinosaur. And is it called the Ascension now? Or I forgot what it's called.
No, that's the one here.
Well, you think Ascension doesn't...
The Chevron Championship.
Chevron?
Really?
What it says here.
Wow.
It's in Rancho Mirage.
Chris Ramsey's listening to the show, and he says, he sends in a quote from the show moments ago, Tommy Lee and the lead singer are literally sex addicts, like they're addicted to sex. Frame this and put it in the loo. That's from Chris Ramsey.
Well, it is true.
Speaking of orgies, I had an incredibly passionate MMMF with the Los Lonely Boys behind Noah's Ark's dumpster
St.
in
Charles.
St. Charles during the height of their Wanna Hear Heaven Again tour last year.
Who was
That was the name of the tour. That's from Ellen Foley's friend at Fox who posted something about AC/DC nobody cares about.
So you'd be the F in that MMM?
What's Noah's Ark?
Oh, it's a great restaurant. Right there at 70, right as you cross the bridge to go into St. Charles.
It's no longer with us?
No, they knocked it down.
Sounds like
It
a
had
Cracker Barrel mixed with
No, it was an
Chuck E.
enormous
Cheese.
ark with some animals on top. It looked like what you would think Noah's Ark would look like.
Right.
And it was a restaurant. And it was very popular for a while.
Sounds ridiculous.
Well, it was kind of ridiculous, but that's kind of what made it popular. It was different.
So it was like gimmicky?
Well, it was a good restaurant, as I remember. It was a giant Noah's Ark with some animals on the top.
Did it have a fondue stand?
I don't recall
wait,
that.
Real animals?
No.
There were real gerbils.
No, there were lions.
Well,
giraffes.
those are dessert
gorillas.
No.
Dessert gerbils, that's correct.
The big thing was piping hot clam chowder.
No, not piping hot.
But that's what they billed it as.
Well, pretty
It used
easy
to be
to
a
keep.
real event to go to Noah's Ark.
It's pretty
Why don't we
easy.
go and do a remote?
It's not there anymore. They've knocked it down.
What'd they put there?
They put up that, what is it, Streets of St. Charles?
Oh, yeah.
A big, huge development.
So we'll just do it at Napoli?
Yeah, that's where I thought the Ferris wheel was.
No, do it at Charcoal House.
That seems better.
I just keep poo-pooing Charcoal House. I got another DM from a guy that went there this weekend.
Oh, what do you say about it?
He asked me what I should get. I said, well, I always get the same thing. I get the lobster and the petite filet. That's what he got, and his wife got the halibut.
Nice.
Okay.
Doug, we got to get to that charcoal house.
We really do. But now I hear it's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive.
The one that makes me miss Noah's Ark. That was reasonable.
When's our Olive and Oak going? We got to get that together.
We do. Are we going with Lisa Ann when she's in town in May?
We could.
Nice.
That could be my date, since I probably won't be able to find one.
Oh, you'll be able to find the ladies.
I thought you had no trouble finding dates.
I don't have trouble finding them. I just don't want to go on them.
No, that's romantic.
Huh. So the women would really like to go with you, but you don't want to go with the women.
It has nothing to do with the woman. I just don't really feel like entertaining.
Just today, it's the mood you're in, or just always?
Yeah, pretty much always. I'll sit on my patio, fine. If I have to go out, then I got to go pick them up.
That's a big ordeal.
I'm going to drive them home.
Huge ordeal. You don't enjoy the company of a
I do. I just don't like all the work that goes into it.
and that work is driving to their house and picking them up?
And then driving them back.
Wow.
And then having to pay.
We will wrap up our Munganess 7 o'clock hour right there. If you have visibility to your company or place of business's commercial fire alarm panel and system, please email engineer and design facilities at fire@edf-rg.com, and they will have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. EDF is Missouri and Illinois preferred full-service vendor for licensed and certified professional servicing, monitoring, and testing for fire alarm services and systems, fire suppression systems, and fire alarm system monitoring services. It's EDF, sponsor of the text inbox. We'll close out the Munganess 7 o'clock hour. Appliances counters 8 o'clock hour coming up next with the Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown Draft. And coming up in our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour, the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Watch TMA on YouTube. Click the bell to subscribe. Download the podcast. Find it at tmastl.com or wherever you podcast. And check us out on TikTok at TMASTL.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Producer Joe's Fantasy Baseball League will host its draft. Plowhawk, when will you host your draft? Because you can host it at the Post Sports Bar and Grill, home of the official cheesesteak, the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
And me and the great Gotham from the Post, marketing guru, great Gotham. We are working on having a little draft party. Not mandatory for our draft. Right? You know, you don't expect to get all 14 there.
No.
But
I thought you were going 16. I think
we're keeping it 14. I think you want to keep the player pool there.
And you got your 14 already lined up?
Got our 14. I'm setting up the league safe today or tomorrow, and just now getting people's input on when their availabilities are for drafting and things like that. So
I think you made a marketing mistake. I don't think you announced the possibility of 16 and then say 14. You should have slow rolled that like the Cardinals are with Carlson.
No, you hang that over, you know, I mean, people want to be in this league. They need to be in this league.
Well,
and so you give yourself room for growth for next year.
Do you?
You know, you got 2 more
You
slots.
just weren't
open.
ready this year.
Yeah, I don't think
That's what it looks
you don't want to overstep it, you know.
No, I wouldn't think you'd want to overstep it. No.
But I can't wait for the drug league.
That's the name you're going to go
Cut that
with.
off, please.
The drug league.
Yes.
Well,
And I know everybody who is involved in the drug league is very excited as well.
how many of them are on drugs?
I think 8. 14 for
8
sure.
of 14.
Nice.
I won't get into any names of who is.
It's like, what is that,
on drug.
57%?
Yeah, 4 out of 7.
You should send out a news release with that.
We're actually kind of looking for more druggies, so maybe that.
Could you go down to Skid Row and find somebody?
Sure, we could. But I
Do we
can't
have a
wait.
Skid
We'll give
Row in
updates
St.
for the
Louis?
league.
Sebastian Bach, I remember you. 1989?
I don't know. Well, where would you go in St. Louis to just find the highest concentration of drug users?
Huh. That's a good question.
Yeah. Nice one to toss around.
Jeffco?
I don't know. I guess it all depends on what drug you're looking for.
Probably wherever you found the most homeless people, you say there?
I don't think so.
Homeless people can't afford drugs.
I don't know. I think that's how a lot of them got there.
I certainly know it's not Tower Grove South where I live.
The questions, yes, Hayes.
The drug use, do you think that enhances your ability to play fantasy baseball?
Probably not.
Doug, I think you missed out on a golden opportunity to get in the top 2 this
I
year.
may have. If you got at least 8 of them are on drugs, that's probably
None
8
of them
I could
are
beat.
up until 10 a.m., so you're talking
Oh, yeah.
just
You get in on some
getting
free
up.
agents there. Yeah.
all passed out and in a food coma by 8 p.m.
I may have made a
So
mistake.
they're not even setting the lineup for the West Coast.
Yeah.
You just missed your opportunity. Next year, though. We'll see
No, they're
how
gonna expand to
Broncos League
16
goes
next
this year.
Right. Yeah, I may have made a mistake. I don't know.
I hope it's one of those leagues where there's a lot of Cardinal fans where they just draft Cardinal players.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to have a Cardinal player that you can mix the games a little bit more.
Here's the best
interesting
part
to
about
watch.
the league, though, the drug league, is people have co-managers. There's actually a few teams that have co-managers. They both have a voice. They
Well, you're going to
both
need,
can
if you're on
message the
drugs, you're going to
message
need a co-manager. If you're drying out or something, if you're rehabbing.
Are they benefactors like your guy, and do they not only pay the freight for the league but also supply the drugs?
I kind of felt bad because K-Berg was the 15th guy, and I should have invited him before. I felt bad. So, no, I am my own personal benefactor this year.
What?
And I think that might be tough because K-Berg was legit great at the waiver wire.
Wait, so the guy who was your benefactor, you didn't even invite in the drug league?
I just totally forgot, and we brought him up every day when we talked about the drug league.
Unbelievable.
My producer Joe's about to be texting.
That's unbelievable. He paid for you last year, and you didn't put him in the
These
league.
are the kind of problems you have when the commissioner himself is on drugs.
I am not saying I feel good about it, because I don't.
So is he not in the league?
He is not.
Maybe you need to get to 16 teams now, include him, and find one more person.
I have the ability to do so.
That's too many teams.
It's a lot.
No, it isn't.
You have to take care of the guy who took care of you.
It's
what
a
kind
level
of person
playing
are you?
level
You know what?
playing
You're
I thought
the kind
Cape
of
would be in
person.
Prod Joe's league.
You're the kind of person that takes your son to a father-son dance when you know you've been exposed to a virus. It's that sort of behavior.
If K-Berg were to join, would this mean 9 out of 15 are on drugs? Or still 8 out of 15?
Still 8.
Still
K-Berg's
8
a
out of
good dude,
15.
yeah.
Okay.
Opposites attract when it comes to fantasy baseball.
He's a square.
That's too many. I played in a mock draft yesterday with 12 players, and by the 8th round, I was drafting Dylan Carlson and guys in AAA.
That's tough. You got to know who the closers are. That's the key.
Well, the closers change frequently, except for 6 or 7 of the best ones. A lot of the others change over the course of the year.
But Tim, I bet Prod Joe's he'll have a fun league. I'm sure he has a great draft prepared.
You don't have to do much to prepare it.
Exactly.
I got to pay still, and I forget even what I'm supposed to do to pay. I guess I got to go.
I haven't done. I'm going to be shipping out cash. Plowhawk, I'm 2 weeks away from having to Venmo you 100. Got to pay for our league, Doug. It's the cat. What I owe you $50,000? Is that the deal?
$50K. You can.
This is not. Doug. This is tough. I'm going to have to really do well at the Players Championship this week.
Your league should be called the No Loyalty League. I'm shocked.
I'm actually pretty disappointed K-Berg is not in the league, and that's all on me.
Just add him and get one more player. You got time.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
You got time to make it right.
Okay.
That's okay, like not doing it.
It's so much work, but I guess adding 2 more is not a huge do.
How much work is it?
It's not actually that much.
It's actually no work, but the guy who paid his way isn't worth 30 seconds of his time.
I can get it done. Don't you guys worry.
All right. He'd feel
Poor
better about
K-Berg.
it. He'd feel better about it.
Man, him and Prod Joe, that relationship was just so perfect last year.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly, thehomelandexpert.com, and I'm in studio with 2 of my favorite people today. Well, to my right is Tim Magic Man McKernan, and to my left is probably the Bills' biggest fan in the world, and if you listen to the point, you know Donnie.
Yeah, hey, what's going on? You got a cool nickname, though, like Magic Man. I want that.
Magic Man, yeah, that was just a pointed. I kind of like it. Ryan makes magic for me. I have refinanced with him. You saved me all kinds of money. Your staff is wonderful at thehomeloanexpert.com.
And you did the same thing for us late last year as well. We knocked out a ton of credit card debt, started the new year off completely fresh, and it feels good, man.
I really appreciate that, and I'll tell you, at thehomelandexpert.com offices there at 1600 South Brentwood Boulevard, the reason we can close loans so fast, the reason we work so well is because we're listening to 2 of you on the radio all day long, streaming nonstop. And that's the honest to God truth. If you live in the St. Louis area and you're even considering buying or refinancing a house, why would you go anywhere else? It's our world headquarters. It always will be. I know these neighborhoods, and I know what it takes to get your deal done. Get pre-approved today at thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326240.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Get the TMA mobile app and enable notifications so you don't miss a thing. See our content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Stream us on the TMA mobile app and at TMASTL.com.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Well, let's put our golf where our mouths are.
Now,
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Tell me you don't get fired up when you hear this.
Oh, that's right. I'm fired up now.
Are you fired up?
Yeah, I wasn't before.
Ox off.
This is when That's when Teen Wolf is starting to mount a comeback.
Is it?
Michael J. Fox.
I didn't see the picture.
Oh,
I haven't seen
Best
it
Picture, 85?
I don't know the years, Tim.
I think it beat Out of Africa.
Is that Boof singing?
This is Boof. That's correct.
Mark Saffin.
A.K.A. Boof.
Now, I didn't see the picture.
Does anyone want to take a guess on the 1985 Best Picture?
Doug, 1985 Best Picture.
Initials, please.
A. Tim, I believe it used to be your theme song.
Amadeus.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Rock Me.
Falco.
Oh, Amadeus.
Was that one of those picks where it seems classier to pick a movie like that to win Best Picture rather than what was
most popular that year, which was, of course, Goonies.
Most popular should never be Best Picture.
Who played
Why
Amadeus?
not?
The guy from Animal House?
That's correct.
Tom Holsey?
The idea of this, of making movies, is to entertain people, right?
Usually, if you can fall asleep with a movie within 20 minutes, that's usually the best picture that wins.
right.
If you can't stay awake, that's a cult classic.
Oh, yeah, that's fabulous.
And those are the ones that usually win.
I can't even go to movies anymore.
Oh, I do. Me and Madison love that.
So this goes back to picking up my date and having to drive and pay. It's just lazy and poor.
Doug, lazy and poor.
That's why you don't go to movies?
Don't want to get off my. Yeah, I have to get off my couch and drive to a movie theater. I just don't want to go.
TMASTLshop.com. Get the new Lazy and Poor.
Lazy and poor.
Lazy and poor line.
They usually
That's
go
basically
together.
it.
They usually go together.
I love going out on dates. I'm too lazy.
You don't
and
find a
poor.
lot of people who are really out there working hard that are
But Iggy, with your schedule, now if there is a movie, the hard thing is finding a movie you actually want to go to a theater to see. There's not many good ones out there anymore.
No.
Says who?
The matinees. I don't. Me and Madison were watching Double Team yesterday, and I know it sounds like it's not
The
a
Steven
porn.
Seagal movie?
No, it's a Disney movie, and we're talking about genres that don't exist anymore, like the teen movies. And things that appeal to
Isn't that all
young
the superhero movies?
There
all
are
the
zero
Marvel movies?
That's the one with
comedies.
Dennis Rodman in
There are
it?
zero comedies. No, I don't think Dennis Rodman is in that.
In Double Team?
I don't think so.
I'm looking at the cast and it says Dennis Rodman as Yaz.
It's like a Jane Lindemuller.
That was the story of Carl Yastrzemski.
That's correct.
It's Dennis Rodman as Carl Yastrzemski. That's Red Sox
This cast.
It's a wild cast.
It's the 8 o'clock hour presented by the Appliance Discounters, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. Appliance Discounter sponsor the 8 o'clock hour. We solicit your involvement by texting in 314-881-TMA5. You can call in. Steve Schmidt Key of North County phone lines, 636-9004. TMA and email in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. In need of an appliance right away? You won't wait weeks at Appliance Discounters. They have an 80,000 square foot warehouse filled with GE appliances along with other brands. You can't wait weeks when your refrigerator, washer, or dryer go out. Come into one of their showrooms today, and they'll deliver it tomorrow. TheApplianceDiscounters.com. Check it out. The sponsor of the 8 o'clock hour here, and it's great to have them back on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We welcome a new sponsor here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. And Doug, I understand it's Woods Basement is what you've got in front of you.
Woods Basement Systems, yes, all things Basement E. Let's talk about Wood Basement Systems. They bleed blue, of course, as so many of us do here in the Lou, and it's a Blues game day. Blues are at Washington tonight, so we'll be cheering a little more than normal tonight as the Blues take on the Caps with the new player, Nick Leddy. But over at Woods Basement System, every day is game day. You don't become the highest-rated, most-reviewed contractor of all things Basement E by taking days off, do you? Yes, it's called Basement E. That's basement with a Y. They are experts that will dry up your wet basement. If you've got basement problems, you've got foundation problems, you've got some real issues, and that's where Woods Basement System comes in. Think about it. How can you watch a game in the man cave if the basement's wet? Well, you can't. And if you see yourself staring at cracks in the foundation, what are you doing? Foundation problems don't get better with time. They get worse, but they do get better with Woods. So let them come in and get you fixed up. They can fix uneven floors or dry out crawl spaces. You know, that crawl space you're afraid to go in. Yes, call Woods. Here's the number. I'll give it now. 800-388-9326 or go online at woodsbasementsystems.com. That is woodsbasementsystems.com. You'll get a free estimate from Woods to dry up your basement or fix that foundation. If you've ever had water in your basement, you know it is a nightmare, but Woods Basement System can get you fixed up. Woods Basement System, the experts in all things Basement E.
There it is. Welcome aboard to Woods Basement Systems. Plowhawk, do we have the audio that Jackson just sent you? It is official, Doug. The Board of Curators has approved Dennis Gates as the new head coach of the University of Missouri basketball Tigers. Fight. Tiger.
Fight, Tigers.
Fight. Fight, Tigers.
Okay.
So yesterday on Balloon Party, currently running as Yuppie and the Douchebag.
Oh.
We had Charlton Young on. Now, the story behind having him on is there was a column in the Kansas City Star kind of explaining who Dennis Gates was, and I read it, and C.Y. Young, who's an assistant coach at Florida State under Leonard Hamilton and also recruited Dennis Gates but coached with him at Florida State, just raved about him. And also he told a story about how he told him not to take the Cleveland State job because it was such a dumpster fire at Cleveland State, and Gates said, I'm going to bet on myself. And so he had some kind of intriguing soundbite, so I wanted to have him on the show. As it plays out, Jackson called the Florida State SID on Sunday, Sports Information Director to you and me, Russ. And the SID was a little confused as to why Jackson was calling and wanted the assistant coach and not Leonard Hamilton. So I think we could have had Leonard Hamilton, but we shot for the assistant coach.
Right. He never does any interviews, probably.
And they were confused by it.
You know you can get him.
Now we know we can get Leonard Hamilton on, but here is what C.Y. Young had to say about Dennis Gates yesterday on Balloon Party on 101 ESPN with me and Action Jackson.
Hit the labor plowsy.
Everywhere he's been successful. As a player, as an intern in the NBA, as a coach, as an assistant, and as a head coach. Like, think about what he did at Cleveland State. He goes there, they got two people on the team. In 3 years, he's the coach of the year, I think, 3 straight years in the Horizon League. He takes them to 2 postseasons, one NCAA and one NIT. I've been in this business 28 years. It's the best rebuilding job I've ever seen at the mid-major level. You know, I'm happy for Dennis and this opportunity. It's hard for coaches to get head jobs, and he's being presented with this opportunity, and he's prepared. You know, the Missouri fans, they need to get behind him. They need to support him. They need to believe because he's prepared, and he's the guy that can lead them to the promised land. I've always been a Missouri fan, but I'm going to be even more of a Missouri fan, and I'm excited to see where your program goes because they hired the right guy.
There he is, C.Y. Young, assistant coach at Florida State, telling some of his personal knowledge of Dennis Gates. So he officially now is the coach. Press conference today at noon, Doug.
Okay.
Press conference at noon.
What time is the press conference today?
Let me look it up.
All right. All right. Well, hopefully they got the right guy.
Fine.
I mean, I think you always hear that whenever someone is hired. You always hear people say, this is the right guy. Remember when Scott Linehan came with the Rams and Chris Collinsworth said, now this is when this guy walks into a room, he commands the room. Okay.
I do remember watching that press conference, and even though a press conference doesn't determine whether or not somebody is, I think it was that press conference, I hope I'm not misspeaking, but I remember thinking, oh boy, that didn't.
I also remember the Dick Vermeil one, where we were all ready to run through a brick wall to start playing
Is that right?
that afternoon.
Yeah, you fired up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And did you call him Dixie?
I did not. I never called him Dixie. No.
Spagnola fire up with his press conference?
No. You could just tell. No.
Oh, Spag.
You could just tell. He was the worst they had, I think.
He was.
He was the worst they had.
I don't think players liked him too much either.
No.
Guys, Boof was in Teen Wolf. I preferred Boof to the hot mean girl in the end, and so did Scott. Thanks. That's from Stepdad Gary. Kind of a fun little text.
Never saw the movie.
Fun.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a Michael J. Fox movie.
You've never seen Back to the Future?
No.
I don't like
Elizabeth Shue.
I'll be honest. I don't like Back to the Future. I don't like Karate Kid.
Damn, why do you hate the 80s?
Yeah, these are all Elizabeth Shue films. I don't understand.
I don't like 80s movies, man.
Now listen.
What about Cocktail? Do you have a problem with Cocktail?
Cocktail, Leaving Las Vegas. Yeah.
Okay, I can't lump them all, and there are some good ones. But for the most part, those teen 80s movies just ain't doing it.
What about Indiana Jones? Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Breakfast Club in the 80s?
Yes, John Hughes.
I like Breakfast
King
Club
of the
a
80s,
lot.
John Hughes.
What about 16 Candles?
16 Candles was also in the 80s. Doug Molly Ringwald.
Man,
I think that's also John Hughes.
Yeah, those two I really enjoy.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
P's, T's, and A's was John Hughes.
Yes.
American
P.T.'s
Gigolo in
and
the
A's.
80s?
John Hughes also did 16 Candles. What's up?
That one.
American Gigolo in the 80s?
That might have been 7.
Was Boogie Nights in the 80s?
No, 96.
Yeah, I love that.
The cuck scene in there, wasn't there?
It's just so
There was
much
definitely
action.
a cuckolding, yeah.
PTA, one of the best
So
going.
much hot guy action.
And this Chris Raby audio postcard was done in 2022. And Doug, I don't know what it is. I just know that Raby produces audio postcards. And we have one, and it's time to release it at 8:30, and the supplies
Okay.
discounter's 8 o'clock hour.
All right, hit the lever pose.
It's just a public service announcement, sponsored by Just Blaze and the good folks at Rockefeller Records.
You'll be able to register for the Dotem a week from this Friday, and if you're a hashtag whole sponsor, you'll be able to register a week from today, because once the spots are gone, Doug, they're gone.
They're gone.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Boot Face. Have you heard from Cletus? Because he, when we played golf, because, you know, the old place, there's really no rhyme or reason how you registered. And Cletus has no idea how to do it online. He said, can I just drop a check off early? I said, it's not how it works. You better find somebody that can get online and register, because that's how you're going to have to get your teams in.
Well, I'm sure he has teammates who have access to computers.
I guess, but I said...
We'll go to the internet cafe.
I know Cletus. I don't think that's...
I said, you have to ask Tim. I said,
I love how wise of me.
You could probably answer his question, but I just said, I don't know. I said, I know it's online. You can't just drop a check off of the front and say, I'm in for the Dotem.
This ain't a movie, dog.
What's hard for me is when the paragraph, the stanza, finishes on one end and I have to go to the other side and I really haven't read it all the way through, then I'll slip up. That's where I slip. And I did that a couple of times during that session.
Well, I was just surprised to hear some of the words coming out of your mouth.
I work blue, Doug. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming. Didn't see it coming.
My name is
Boot Face. It's spring cleaning time. Yeah, it's spring. I just felt like doing some cleaning yesterday.
Did you?
And, well, the thing is because I have a small place, but I have a lot of stuff.
Hijacking in progress. Alert the FAA. Thanks. It's from Chief J. Strongbow.
And I was going to bring it in here because I think it would be perfect for the backdrop behind Plowsy, but it's a replica of the backdrop of Hedonism front desk when you check in.
Oh, nice.
Not all about you, Boots. That's from Steve, and he's over in Wildwood.
It's got the little doves and...
Does it say hedonism?
Mermaids, yeah.
It says it right on there.
Yeah, and it's just huge.
Was there more to talk about? He's word salading the plane all over the map. It's from Brad. He's over in Boga.
Where's this box of hedonism stuff? It can't just disappear.
Come on.
I couldn't find it.
And then another on-air stroke by the stroke.
And I found like 5 of my old cell phones.
I'm enjoying the Iggy show featuring some other guys this morning that's Super Bowl eligible.
So you find all kinds of stuff. I still can't find the hedonism box, though.
A lot of hot take smithing when you jumped on the Chris Archer train faster than a hobo in a 1950s action movie.
Thanks. That's from Ellen Foley's blind date and porn star travel agent facilitator. Seriously, be serious. I want this to be serious. And if I'm going to set it up, I need you to be serious so I don't embarrass myself in front of my internet porn friends. It's been slowed down a little bit.
He called it chopped and screwed Texican kicker.
Iggy, your review.
Well, that's what he always does. He takes one clip of me talking and then throws in a bunch of hijacking. That's one little clip. And there was a lot of other people in that clip, too. Plowsy was in there, Jackson was in there, Tim was in there, Doug was in there.
Doug, the show was in there.
You didn't enjoy the postcard?
Well, it sounded like he just slapped it together last minute and wasn't much to it.
I did like the chorus.
I like the boot.
My name is Boot Face.
Is that Brian Hoffman?
Yeah, anytime you can get Hoffman in there, it's a W in my book.
No, he had no filter, Hoffman.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Munganass Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown.
Jackson, are you going to explain?
I surely am, Buzzy.
Doug, we are starting and doing it on Tuesday because the event is a World Golf... Is it Classic Championship, Iggy? WGC?
WGC.
At Austin. It's match play, and so they start on Wednesday for this tournament. And some of the best players in the world will be playing in this match play event.
And some aren't. I'm kind of surprised Rory's not playing.
Roderick McRib, no.
I guess he'll play next week, because this is what most people consider the tune-up before the Masters.
This is tune-up time. This is tune-up time.
A lot of people aren't going to play the Valero Texas Open next week, but I guess Rory will play that. And Phil has said he's not playing the Masters.
Why?
Yeah, I was going to go right to that right after the Munganess Daily Fantasy
Okay,
Sports
we'll save
Showdown. Well, Doug, that's a tease. We just got better at teasing.
Okay.
Send your emails in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. That comes up in about an hour and 11 minutes. Design Air online at designairservice.com. Doug's a client. I'm a client. You ought to be a client, too. And we are going to see some temperatures cooling off in the St. Louis metropolitan area. Doug, I've got it on my phone on Saturday is a low of 36 and a low of 32 on Sunday. Beer Cats thinks it's going to freeze.
I wish we'd had some warning.
But it is a 100% chance of precipitation today. Highs in the 60s.
Yeah.
This is just a heads up for you. Design Air Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After Work with Seth Goldcamp and his outstanding staff at Design Air Heating and Cooling. Sponsor of the email today. All right, Jackson, explain what we have this week for the Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown.
For sure. So it's not like a usual tournament. It's match play bracket.
Not.
So there's 16 groups. There's 16 groups, and so they play each other in the group.
Would you describe it as a round robin, Doug?
I wouldn't describe it as a round robin.
Well, it's exactly a round robin.
So it's a round robin.
It's pretty much a round robin.
So you can't really pick two people from the same group, otherwise you're at a severe disadvantage. So what I did was I cut the names and I put them in by group. So there's 2 groups in each envelope.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Group 1 and 16 are together, 2 and 15 are together. Just think of the NCAA tournament and first round matchups.
Talk about the tournament and what the Peacocks are doing.
Right. So in the Kirkland box, you will find 8 different pieces of paper with either 1 through 16, 2 through 15. And if you pull that number, you take the corresponding envelope and you pick a name out of that envelope. Now, once you pick the name out of the envelope is dead. You can't use it anymore.
Dead envelope.
Heaven's sakes.
So, so just fish out the number from the box. Well, I think Iggy has the T. So
Iggy's got the box.
Iggy go first, and then we'll.
Yeah, it's a weird week. You got a lot. I didn't put much effort into this one. I will when I get home, because you want to look at brackets, but then you don't want to pick somebody in a bracket you have to play in the round of 16.
Yeah.
You basically want to try and get all 6 of your players into the quarters. Now, if you pick 2 guys that win their bracket and they got to play against each other in the round of 16, well, that screws you out of.
Right, and that won't happen with Doug because I made sure Group 1, Group 16 will play each other in this round of 16, so that's why those envelopes are together.
Yeah, so I did a little bit of work to make sure I didn't have 6 playing each other.
It's a fun time to be in a tournament.
Yeah, but my credo here is that chalk is death in this tournament.
Chalk is death.
Chalk is
in
death.
This tournament.
Chalk is death, so I have a lot of 7,000s in my team.
Okay.
Chalk is death in this tournament.
Deathy one chalky.
I mean, look at the people that have been making the quarters and the semis, and very rarely does the one come out of a bracket.
All right.
So I'll start with 7,300, and I do believe he's got to play in John Rahm's group, but I'm going with P. Reed. Only for his match play prowess. He's been playing like crap lately, but.
Okay. So I just pick a number here.
Yeah. So tell me the number you picked.
710.
All right, Plowsy, could you hand him the 710 envelope?
Oh, for heaven's sake!
And the winner is.
Pick just one out of this.
Yes.
My name is Hove.
Now this
supporting actress is
Paul Casey.
Paul Casey.
Iggy, what do you think about that Paul Casey play? Let's pull it up. See what we got.
He's been playing well lately.
I don't know why Doug will pick him.
Now get rid of that envelope and that slip of paper, please. Thank you very much.
Slip of the tongue.
This is
slip of the
complicated.
tongue.
No, I like it.
Slip of
It
the
took me
tongue.
25 minutes to do this morning.
Yeah,
so.
And it's documented on the TMA_STL Instagram page.
Yep.
And you chopped it up with the little scissor board you got back there.
Scissor.
Praying I don't cut one of my digits off.
I bet, yeah. You could almost do some butchering with that as well.
Yeah, butch wax.
You got another one, Iggy?
Yeah, let's stick in the 7,000s. Another pick I really don't like, but
well, then don't pick it if you don't like it.
I'm not going with chalk, so I'm going with guys that I'm hoping come out of this thing as a lower seed, but I'm going with Mark Leishman.
Well, then you do like it.
No, I'll redo all this when I get home tonight for my personal
Why don't you
one.
put some effort into the one that's sponsored?
He left the microphone, Doug.
Frozen.
Yeah, I'll put some effort into it later.
No, I was getting my book. I put effort into it.
Effort do you...
I put effort into it, but there's a lot of work that goes into it.
So there is a lot when you have
There is
to.
not. 413.
Okay, so grab that envelope,
Give me
please.
your pen there, Pelosi.
Yeah, give me 1 second here.
No, just give it to me now.
He needs the pen. Get your own pen. Blousy, I'm sorry he was so rude to you. Let me get you another pen. Goodness.
Oh, you got a pen?
Come
for
on,
me?
Leather.
I need to write that drop down, but I don't have a pen. Thank you, Doug.
Here, I'm happy to give you one.
Got one
Give
over
me
here.
that
I just
pen.
saw it.
Give it to me now. God, were you raised in a barn?
Maybe.
I like my boys in a barn.
Watch out for paper cuts, Doug.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
high
Patrick
risk.
can't lay.
Ooh.
Patty can't lay.
Yeah, you're having trouble fitting these guys in now.
Yeah, not after 2. You'll run into some dogs here eventually.
Give me your pen now. Bless it.
Sticking in the 7,000s, I just think after his performance at the President's Cup, I don't know, he's got a lot of confidence in match play. I'm going to go with Abraham Answer.
Abe Answer, Doug.
Okay. Now, do you like the pick or do you hate it? You'll put in
I like
effort
that
when
one.
you get home.
I like that one. The other two are kind of like hit and miss.
215.
There we go.
There you go, Doug.
This is quite a little process. A lot of envelopes involved.
Well,
I like it.
Jackson's helping you out. He could just put them all in there, and you could have got 3 guys in the same bracket.
Brian Harmon.
Brian Harmon. Doug, a smaller left-handed player, but he's been playing some good golf, Iggy, hasn't he?
He has, and if you look at who's won this match play event over the last 5-6 years, a lot of lefties.
Interesting.
Okay.
Think about that, Doug.
That was a perfect pick for salary reasons.
Okay.
Optimal.
I'll put some effort into it when I get home.
Again, we will stay in the 7,000s, and a guy that is just a solid player. Maybe he'll come out of the bracket. I don't know. It's a hit and miss, but I'm going with Russell Henley.
Russell Henley.
Okay.
Fun in the sun.
That's a fun pick.
Again, chalk is dead. Death.
Chalk is death because the good players never play good.
That's correct.
It's pretty much at this place. Go look at the last time a number 1, 2, or 3, or 4 won this thing.
Doug, look at it.
12.
Ooh, the 5-12 matchup. Richmond and Iowa.
There you go.
I get the whole envelope.
Get the whole.
And then you get the pick.
Get the gat. Get the gat. Get the gat. Get the gat.
Thomas Peters.
Ooh. Thomas Peters.
U of I, baby.
I played him a couple weeks ago on my team.
Okay.
Coming over from Europe.
Does he spell it with an H, like Thos?
It says Pieters.
Yeah, I know he spells Peters funny, but maybe it was like a Tomas situation.
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
Get the gat. Get the gat. Get the gat.
Let's go from the 7,000s to the 9,000s, and never really. I think he's had one good year in match play, but he's just so solid. And maybe this will be the week that he puts it all together and makes some putts. I'm gonna go with Louis Oosthuizen.
Okay. Louis Oosthuizen. Okay. I don't care who I get. Now, am I not going to get one of each? So why do I bother picking them?
What do you mean?
The little numbers. I'm going to get one of all these, right? 116.
There's 8 numbers in there and only 6 players, so 2 of them will be left in.
Okay.
Way to go, Einstein.
All right. 116.
Ooh. John Rahm.
I hope he gets John Rahm.
It may not fit.
We'll make him fit.
And he's not gonna win either.
He's a big hog. I don't know if he'll fit.
Dick Bland. Dick Bland.
Got a huge hog.
Yeah, get
John Rahm.
John Rahm.
That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I love it.
Why?
Because you only have 5,000 left, and Dick Bland's the lowest at 6,000.
Oh.
Dick Bland.
Yeah, so you got to throw somebody back, don't you?
Yeah.
Now, this person you throw back, that's done. You can't put him back in there like you did last time. You can't put all these players in a pile and pick.
Yes, I can.
Who are you picking out? Throw one out. He's done. And then you got to pick another one.
Don't get angry.
Well, just real quickly, producer Joe is listening to the show this morning, and he asks this question. Did he say a lot of lefties have won match play? Ask him to please define a lot.
Why don't you define a lot?
Wow.
Who are the lefties that have won match play?
I think Mike Weir has one. I think Bubba Watson has one.
Producer Joe
Mickelson
says
has
only
one.
one person who's left-handed has ever won this, and it's Bubba Watson in 2018.
Okay. Einstein.
That's a lot.
One is a lot?
It's better than none.
Can't deny that. So Doug, either take away like Casey, Cantlay, or Casey or Cantlay.
Get rid of Casey.
Why Casey?
I'll Just pick one, and then you just can't go back in there. So.
So does he pick from that envelope that Casey was in?
Good question. No.
Okay.
Just
Why wouldn't I?
pull one just because we have 2 remaining slips,
That's
so let's
fine.
use them.
Okay.
Full exposure, baby. So taking out Casey.
I'll get rid of Cantlay.
Okay. Patty,
I'm just
Patty,
curious
Cantlay.
how you've picked 4 players, but you have 9 names over there. How's that?
One of them at the slip with the number, and the other one at the name. So he coordinated.
No, I just see like 10 pieces of paper over there, and you pick 4 names.
One is 710.
I can't see that far.
Well, then get up and look before you start accusing me of cheating.
I just see a bunch of papers over there. Now you threw out who, Casey?
Cantlay. So, all right. So pull another slip of paper, please, if you would.
314.
All righty. Is this X-Man?
Gosh, this is time-consuming.
I love it.
You got somewhere to go?
Well, yeah. Victor Hovland.
Yeah, well, that's not a problem.
How cheap is he compared to?
Yeah, it's another problem.
Well, how much is he?
He's 10,300.
Now get rid of Casey.
How much did they give him left though? Because wasn't Rom 11,000?
4,900. No, he kept Rom.
Oh, you kept. That's your problem. You kept Rom.
4,900. Oh.
Yeah, and there's no one there. 4,900.
How long is this gonna take?
Well, Doug, we got a little situation here now.
Okay, I'll get rid of Casey now.
Okay.
And you're keeping Hovland?
So you don't need to draw because you have 2 now, right? Or do you need one more player?
I don't know.
Are you keeping Hovland?
I need one more player.
You're keeping Hovland, Rom.
He's throwing away Casey, keeping Hovland.
Yes. So you got rid of Casey.
You still can't have that much money left.
Is there anything even in that box?
You have 7,000 as your average left with 2 players.
Okay, 11.
Cue the Gabe. This is brutal drop.
Let's go, Doug.
I need a lousy player, right?
Salary-wise.
It's Justin Thomas. That's not going to do it either.
No, it's not going to
What
work.
a week. What a week for the quality of players. Just unfortunate with the salary cap here.
Now
you
he has
can't
to get
keep
rid
Justin
of another
Thomas.
player.
No, he can't keep Justin Thomas and throw something. He's
Then, yeah, you can't, because then that's too much. There's not enough room.
So throw Thomas away, pick again.
Why can't I keep Justin Thomas and throw one of the others away?
Because Justin Thomas is probably the second highest priced player behind Rom.
Okay, I'll throw out Paul Casey now. Now how much money?
I thought we already threw away Paul
Threw away Paul
Casey. And Cantlay. You have Peters, Rom, Thomas, Hovland, right?
No, he's got Harmon, Peters, Rom, and Hovland.
Hovland, Harmon, Peters, Rom, and Thomas. How much money would I have left with that group?
7,000 per player, so 14 total.
No, you can't keep Thomas.
How much money do I have left with those players?
With Thomas?
Yeah.
Like 1,000?
Like 4,800. That won't work.
Here, Doug, pick from the 8-9 bracket.
Well, I'll throw out Victor Hovland, I guess.
Okay.
And now you're keeping Thomas.
Yeah.
So you have Thomas,
Same
Rom,
problem, but
Peters, and
okay.
Harmon.
Yeah, okay, just keep. You just.
This is brutal.
Great Scott!
This is brutal.
Why don't you just look at a player that's low cost and give it to me?
No, pick.
No, pick out of this envelope.
And then just keep throwing players away.
Well, this is how
I don't
you
know why you
have
didn't
to
throw
do
Rom
it.
away right away.
Well, he would have picked Justin Thomas anyways, and still would have been screwed.
I need a lousy player. Bryson DeChambeau. Is
No,
he bad
it's,
enough? What is he?
Well, you can keep him and throw Rom away, and you'll have a little money to play with.
What is he?
It's like 10,000 something.
9,300.
How much do I need to get under?
So hold on. Did you get rid? Who'd you get rid? I can't.
He's got rid of nobody. He's got Thomas, Harmon, Peters, and Rom.
Yes.
Thomas, Harmon, Peters, and Rom.
And now DeChambeau.
If you want to
And
throw
then
away
DeChambeau.
Rom, you throw away Rom and keep DeChambeau, then you'll have probably
Well, I'm out of
around
envelopes.
8,000.
So we're gonna have to go back.
Why don't you
to
just
an
pick a player for me that's the lowest in there? I don't care who it is.
No, we're gonna go back to the other envelopes, right? Like, I mean, the envelopes are.
Yeah, let's just go back to him.
No, what?
All right, Doug. Here.
Are you not? DeChambeau's out?
Yeah, he didn't fit.
Well, you could have taken some of your other players away.
Yeah, you want me to take the other players away.
Well, I'm just trying to fit you in the salary.
Keith Mitchell, does he get under?
I think you're going to be in the right. Yeah, okay. So hold on. So as of right now, you have a lineup that consists of Brian Harmon, Keith Mitchell, Thomas Peters, John Rahm, and Justin Thomas, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, you have 6,500 left. There's plenty of players at under 6,500.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me another envelope.
All right.
Well, I don't think it's your turn.
Grief.
Yeah,
It's not
it
your-
hasn't
Pick
gone in
another one.
about a
It's
year.
not your turn.
Pick another one.
Just picking names.
Give me that pen now.
All right, final player. This is kind of chalky, but I think I'll have a good week. I'm going with DJ.
That's a good pick.
Thank you.
Okay.
Tim's enjoying this.
All right, Doug, just
Catching up
take
on
this
emails.
envelope.
Catching up on some texts.
Is Tim here?
Oh.
Come on, Doug.
You got 3 there. Just go ahead and choose one.
I'll take the one on top that I picked. It's Takumi Kanaya.
Yeah, that'll
There you go.
That'll fit.
It's the one you wanted. You got him.
All right. So your official lineup is Brian Harmon, Kanaya, Mitchell, Thomas Peters, John Rahm, Justin Thomas.
Yeah, let's go.
Book it.
How do you spell Kanaya?
Gosh,
Is that a T in there?
That was brutal.
How do you spell Kanaya? Is there a T in there?
It's just like it sounds. Kanaya.
We did it, Tim.
All right, there's your lineups.
That's it.
There's your pen back.
There it is. Doug, it's in the books.
That one was really good.
It was exhausting, is what it was.
Send your emails in with your thoughts the morning after at InsideSTL.com. The Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today comes your way in approximately 55 minutes. We are in our appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. Doug, you have a sound story today, is that correct?
I do.
So we had a different situation yesterday. Never had done this before. The gentleman who was being interviewed wanted to bring in his wife and his mother, and it really wound up working out. That was it was his idea, and it wound up being pretty cool. And then I had already interviewed his mother before, and now she has some people at the retirement home where she lives who wants to do a sound story. So I guess we're going to be going on location to do some now soon. I got to get a recorder. I had one when I was down at spring training, but I was renting that from Gino, even though a lot of people think Gino is just a spirit and isn't a real human being. He's a real human being. What do you have here? Is that a Marantz? It's a Tascam! It's a Tascam! Doug, but we know that Tascam has been so problematic over the years.
I don't know if it worked. Did it?
No, why are we doing show and tell right now?
Tim said I need a recorder. I have one for him.
I was thinking about it, but like with how quality of sound is that? Is it
Tascam?
Yeah.
It's good when it works.
Is it kept perfect?
It had to work.
Because it has built-in
But if
mics
I have
on
like
each
a
side.
75-year-old or 80-year-old lady, telling me her life story, I want the audience.
This would work for like right there.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I think she's
Between
probably going to
bumpers.
be sitting. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. I got to get one with some microphones, but I appreciate the offer, Iggy. I was wondering.
Well, you can hook a mic into this.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like with mic stands, so we're sitting comfortably.
no.
You know what I mean? And that's what I had when I would do my spring training interviews.
Oh,
with
the Comrex, baby.
Well, I'm sure we have some here.
I'm sure. I just don't know who to talk to about it. Probably Marshall, I guess, the engineer. But anyway, point being, go to mysoundstory.com and you can take care of Mother's Day, Father's Day shopping with a gift certificate, and you can come into studio. And now we are including the video option as well. Sound Story, mysoundstory.com. Doug's available for an interview. I'm available for an interview. And Learn is available for an interview as well. Now, Learn, of course, KC95, friend of TMA. Action Jackson as well. Chris Raby, friend of the show. Go to mysoundstory.com. Love doing these things, and yesterday was a different spin on it with the gentleman bringing in his wife and his mother. And I think he's right around my age, actually. So that was pretty cool. All right, let's see. The audio that I wanted to play, Doug Armstrong saying we can't be all in all the time. Doug, did you watch that press conference
I
yesterday?
did not. I missed it.
I saw the soundbite. Do we have Armstrong talking about the Letty acquisition?
I do have 2 Armstrong.
All right, let's take a listen.
Letty won. Army
Letty
won.
won, Doug. Letty won.
Army won.
Letty won.
All right, hit the lever, please.
I don't think any one player is going to help the intensity of the Blues. That has to come from our leadership group. That has to start with the guys that wear letters. But also, it's everybody. It's everyone's responsibility on the team to prepare a way to win hockey games. And the NHL season's not 82 Rembrandts. And right now we're going through a play right now that's not indicative of winning hockey, and we have to get out of that. So I don't think any one player is going to come in and change that. That has to come from within, and that's going to be up to the players to get that done.
Doug Armstrong yesterday, and he also said team can't be all in all the time because then they won't have any draft picks left. I feel like the move is polarizing for people. Some Blues fans were happy about it. Some were irritated that they even did anything and then spent more draft capital to get somebody who, in the whole scheme of things, in their opinion, isn't really going to be the upgrade they need to get to contending level.
Yep.
That's your opinion, Plowhawk? The latter?
I just think he knows the fan reaction wasn't going to be great because Sonny is, a beloved player. But I think the reaction would have been worse if he signed Sundqvist to like a 4-year, $30 million deal or 25. I think now is the best time to trade, and Doug Armstrong knows exactly what he's doing. They have a game plan. The dude, it's paid off. You cannot question him. It's a weird trade. I don't understand it, but I'm not going to.
The only thing I would question not signing Pietrangelo. I think that's hurt him badly.
I disagree.
I think that they went and spent almost as much on Krug. And
Well, I think that's
Pietrangelo's
the
a
problem.
far better player than Krug. I think they really he was the heart and soul of the team, and I think that was a big swing and a miss by not re-signing him. But as far as
Did you feel that way in the moment?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Plowhawk, you don't share that opinion.
No, I mean, he had more juice left in the tank into defenseman, so comparing him to the Backus situation, it might be a little more apples and oranges, but I think there's a lot of people wanting Backus to stay, and you see how it happened in Boston in a year and a half. He was tapped out, and Boston still paid him $35-40 more million after that. Pietrangelo is a different type player, but I just think you would hate to back into that deal. And if we're able to get, a guy like Kachuk and, re-sign Kyrou long-term, re-sign Thomas long-term.
They went out and spent the money on Krug.
If you want to make that was a problem. But I still was in agreement not to give Pietrangelo that extra year or two that he got.
He was a star. He was the best player. He was the core of the team.
I don't disagree, Doug. I'm just saying with the money and the years invested, I just don't think he could do it.
Well, they've done nothing without him since he left. They've done nothing. And now they're desperate, find themselves desperate for defensive help, and it's cost them Sundqvist, who was a very popular player. I think people loved Sundqvist. He was a wrecking ball out there. Not a great player, but certainly a very good player. Had some big moments here.
Like I said, my guess is they're freeing up the books to, add players next year.
Yeah,
But still
that
try
could
to
be.
compete this year because I don't think getting rid of Sundqvist, takes you out of playoff contention by any means. So, if you can make it and survive, you need, D-men.
Yeah.
Obviously, Letty's not the best, but
Probably doesn't change the team a whole lot, not having Sundqvist, but I
No.
think they felt they needed some defensive depth.
Doug Armstrong went on the defensive, though, which I liked. Usually don't see him kind of poke at the media and the fan base, but he did a little
With
bit.
this comment, you can't be all the time because then you'll be writing next week that we don't have any draft picks left.
Correct, yeah, that quote was, and he did it with a smile on his face. I don't think he did it with malicious intention, but I do believe he was, with this trade, he knew what the fan reaction was going to be and kind of went out in front of it. Which I
Doug
thought was
Harrison's brother Master usually doesn't turn his attention to you. It's mainly Iggy and Jackson. He says, "What are you talking about, Doug? Pietrangelo was a complete a-hole. Krug is a really good player."
Well, that's wrong.
Yeah,
Krug is
there's no
a
way that's
good
right,
player,
right?
but he's no Alex Pietrangelo. for
I got to
sure.
tell you, I'm a little confused by the text. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's acting.
I think
performance?
it's sarcastic because Pietrangelo was a great locker room guy, from what I heard. I wasn't in the
He was
locker room,
captain.
Doug. You've dealt with him. I mean,
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Well, I'm sure
Great guy.
Harrison's brother's been in the locker room many times. Knows he's an a-hole.
Just add to the list of things he's wrong about.
his only experience was like trying to probably get an autograph from like 1 a.m. at the airport.
Guys, Krug $6.5 million versus Petro's near $9 million he got with Las Vegas. I wanted Petro, but not for that price. That's from Danny Tanner.
I would have taken him.
It would have.
I don't know.
hindered your
I'm not sure that
franchise.
$9 million is that accurate. We checked that. I thought he was like
Was the no
7.
movement clause was the issue more than anything. It wasn't
I would have said,
so
oh
you're
well.
paying him.
as
Okay, you
much.
wanna-
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to dismiss the actual dollars, but the no movement clause, I believe, was what made Armstrong go, okay, we're not going to keep waiting around and then have nobody, and then he went to Krug.
Right. I just thought they needed to hang on to Pietrangelo.
Well, he's not hoisting any cups in Vegas. I can tell you that. So,
Well,
like,
what
it's not
is-
like he's the game changer for Vegas. They're a solid team, but not one defenseman is going to be the make or break for a team. And Vegas was talented before they got Pietrangelo. They thought he would get over the hump. They haven't with him. So.
Had a lot of injuries this year. I just hopped in. I was going to complain about the sports talk, but it's Blues hockey, and I bleed blues. Suck it, Jackson. That's from Cal, a real audio guy.
How'd that feel, Jackson?
I bet he didn't care.
Oh man, it's so
Jackson and I,
strange.
we had lunch
So
yesterday, and we were
strange.
BSing about it. I don't know about this show because this is obviously different, but on 101, the only thing that is safe to talk about is the Blues.
Yep.
And I'm not talking
Really?
about with management. Management lets us do whatever. But I'm talking about with the audience. Talk baseball pisses people off. Certainly talk basketball, even when it's local basketball, really pisses off a certain portion of the audience. And it's if they could get Blues all the time, they'd get Blues all the time.
Well, it is the Blues flagship station, so I guess.
Well, and I kind of feel like hockey's a sport where you could spit a scolding take and be right without watching a game for like a month. You could just look at the standings, look at the stats, see what people are saying on Twitter, and then kind of devise your own take and then go after it. So you don't need to watch every minute of hockey to have a nice, solid hot take.
Here's how I classify like hockey fans. It's a more narrow fan. Like there's not as many of them as many other sports, but they're passionate as all hell. So they're narrow but deep. Yeah. They're very passionate fans. Well, there might not be as many as the other sports. They're certainly very passionate.
Harrison's brother Master is back. Petrangelo is not a good locker room guy. Read the stories. Steen strongly disliked him. It's from Harrison's brother Master.
Well, Steen was, I think, the problem, wasn't he? He was kind of
He was more prickly than
Call me
Petrangelo.
Alexander. Yeah.
You don't make a guy the captain if you think he's a bad locker room guy. Come on. They did win the cup with him, hoisting it, playing 25 minutes a game.
I mean, we've seen Steiner swat mics out of his face. I don't know if I would. I love Alexander Steen. Love me some Steiner. But I don't know if I would take that seriously because he seems like he would be a hard guy to get along with, Alexander.
It was in the paper. Must be true.
I don't even know if that was in the
It's where Masturbator's getting his information.
It was in the paper that Alex Petrangelo was a bad locker room guy?
I highly doubt
I missed that.
Yeah, Steen said he's an
I
a-hole.
never heard anybody say that. I never heard one person say that.
Masturbator has.
Yeah, he's the guy.
The authority on Blues hockey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I guess you'd have to agree with Armstrong when he says you can't go in all in every year because the salary cap prevents that. You can't just get every player that you'd want to get.
Well, I think he's smart enough to know that this team isn't 2 players away from hoisting a cup.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Well, you could be Connor McDavid and Austin Matthews away from winning a cup.
Are they available?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, well, you're in the superstar route. I mean, I'm talking getting Matthew Tkachuk would be a game changer, but you're talking 9 or 10 million AAV for him. So, I mean, you're going to mortgage the franchise on a superstar. You might as well do it with a local kid.
Well, we got breaking news, and it's important here as we approach the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. We have 2 real submissions for the Lisa Ann dating game.
Oh, have we?
2 real ones. And Iggy, you are going to see pictures. I think you know both of them. They include their female significant others. These are real submissions. You will hear who they are on the other side of the commercial break. Oh, dog.
Tease God. Tease God.
Yep. That's coming up next in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour plus, the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning. Tullamore Dew is one of the best known and most loved Irish whiskeys in the world. Founded in 1829 in the town of Tullamore and inspired by early owner Daniel E. Williams, whose initials live on each bottle to this day. As one of the world's top 2 Irish whiskeys, Tully prides itself on exceptional liquid quality. The original triple blend of malt whiskey, grain whiskey, and pot still whiskey come together to create an unrivaled taste and character like no other in the category. Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Yeah, you'll be part of it this year, won't you?
I don't play golf. I've never played golf.
Yeah, you hate golf, but
I do. But I could, drive everybody around.
Yeah,
Doug?
that's what Lisa Ann does.
I wouldn't
Just driving the golf cart's more fun than playing golf.
I agree with you.
you can caddy for me. I already have it.
What?
Clip that off.
Caddy for me.
Fire the other caddy. She would caddy for
Maybe I'll caddy for you have listeners that buy in and
We do.
raise money.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe I can be
2
a
full
celebrity
days.
caddy for some of your crazy listeners.
That actually is a great idea.
Sign
The
me
people
up.
are falling in love with you here. Not that that's surprising. Doug, the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves, is active.
Oh, God.
He says, "Hey, Tim, Lauren is the second person after you that has a lifetime standing reservation now at Olive and Oak and free access to my house account. She will never pay for a thing ever. My wife and I are in love." That's from the recovering alcoholic.
I love it.
Yeah, how about that?
You know how hard it is to get to Olive and Oak?
Now you got a hookup. You
We
really
tried
do.
to lunch there one time, and
That's
we couldn't
right.
even get a damn...
We did.
It's so crowded.
Iggy, Lauren, and I were going to do lunch at Olive and Oak.
And you couldn't get in?
Yeah.
I don't think that's where was it? I think it was closed that day, actually.
Oh, yeah, we were walking around Webster. Yeah.
There's no way Tim's not getting in.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Iggy.
Wow.
Don't lay it on quite so thick.
Well, I'm pretty sure I could get in too.
Not if every table's taken, you know.
They find a place for me.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. They tell you to go down the street to the McDonald's there in Old Orchard.
They would say, Iggy, come this way.
They wouldn't rouse somebody from the table and let you in.
Iggy, come this way.
I don't know that they
Come
would.
this way.
They would do a special chef's table.
To the back exit.
Wow, learns the greatest. Me and my sorority sisters are watching live here in Como. That's from Mudjack Mike. Doesn't a unique name for a gentleman who's
And he got into a sorority, which is good. But everybody's gender fluid these days.
Inclusive.
Guys, Learn's water tumbler has sunflowers on it. Is this foreshadowing? That's from Ray King.
This is from my husband, actually. Sorry, guys. This is a gift. So, unfortunately.
And it's just a reminder, Iggy, that she does indeed have a husband.
I do have a
I
husband.
haven't met Tim. I know she has a husband. He's a great guy.
And he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Iggy has planted some sunflowers back in the burying grounds where he's laid to rest on his pretties.
I know. I get tagged in so many sunflower gifts.
Yeah, I know. It's just
It's
kinda
pretty,
sad. It's either that or
disturbing.
me.
Where did that even start? I feel like you were here. Look at my sunflowers, and I was like, ugh.
Well, just like I don't know where the nervousness started. You know, Iggy's
Yeah.
nervous. Learns coming in.
At least jittery.
Yeah, never. But I don't.
Well, no, it started when you came in to do the podcast
Mm-hmm.
the first time. First time we met, really, right?
Right. Yeah.
And Iggy set it up, and you wrote out some questions.
Oh God.
And he was walking back and forth when we could see him in the studio. And you're like, "Why isn't he coming in?" I go, "I don't know."
You
and
were doing the podcast. The red light was on. I'm not going to barge in.
It's not like we're
I
doing
know.
network news.
But I try to be.
But you said you had a grade school reunion with your buddy Jimmy Regan and the Boondock Saints or whatever it was.
Right.
Mickey
Jimmy
Regan.
Fast.
Total lie.
It wasn't Mickey Regan and Jimmy Moran, the Flad Street boys, Flad Avenue boys.
No.
I just met you a few weeks before that at the Hot Shots, and I met you before that. You don't remember?
I don't remember.
It was at a concert.
You don't remember meeting a?
I don't.
It was a concert. I said I was a nobody. You don't know me. I was a pretty big
I
deal.
see a lot of white dudes. A lot of white dudes walk up to me at concerts and are like, "Hey there!" So it's hard to keep
so you're
everybody
not gonna
together.
remember. But then we did the Hot Shots thing.
Yeah, and how was that for you? That was nice.
I had fun.
Yeah, I had fun too.
And I'm still upset that you, on that podcast, you blamed the smoke on me.
I did. Yeah.
I went outside and smoked. Jay smoked in front
But the smoke smell came in with your clothes.
Well, I was outside smoking. I didn't smoke inside.
And that Hot Shots allows smoke. That's the one
I know,
in
but I
Fenton.
still went outside. I don't smoke inside.
Why did you go out? I mean, you could have just, your smoke was blending in with everybody else's smoke.
I didn't smoke. I went outside and smoked. Even when we do TMA Lives, you can smoke inside. I go out and smoke. I
When you go
don't
outside,
smoke at the
smell
table.
gets on your clothes.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
Well,
at least I'm outside. I'm not smoking in front of people that don't smoke.
Here's the thing. I grew up in a smoky household. My dad, my grandma, my dad died of lung cancer. So I cannot stand smelling like cigarette smoke.
I don't either. That's why I don't smoke in my house. It's not fair to the people that don't smoke to come to. Not a lot of people are coming to my house, but it's not fair for them to smell smoke. They don't smoke, so I smoke outside, even though I live alone.
Guys, Ken is clearly rattled. That's from Hedonism Chuck.
God Almighty, it's never going to end. And Nikki Glazer didn't help any by going on Courtney's show and said, "Yeah, he just seems so nervous."
Yeah, that added fuel to the fire, Learn.
Yeah,
when Nikki Glazer
that
went
just shows
from
me
our studio to say, "Yeah, I felt like I was making his dreams come true," and he was so nervous, though.
Yeah.
But now we're coworkers, so you can't be nervous.
I'm never nervous.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. The Ryan Kelly Morning After exists because of the name on the show, and that's Ryan Kelly. You have been our title sponsor for a decade. You are the one we thank, and many people around town, the one that gets the blame for the show.
I do get the blame, too. I did all the glory and all the blame. I got to tell you, it's just humbling to hear what you just said. I remember I started with the text line sponsorship, and then after the first day, I go, I'll take the whole show. I love it so much. And refinance or buying a house, why'd you go anywhere else? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326240.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill presents Iggy's Drops of the Week.
When did you first stalk Learn? Meet Learn?
You hit that shuttlecock so hard. How did you get that point?
A hairless porpoise.
What is this? Something deaky? Is it deaky?
Oh, I'm not talented.
You put that icing on there, boy?
That's a cock.
I thought I looked pretty.
You got the impression he was hitting on you, and you were welcoming his advances. Is that accurate?
I'm known for my patio.
How often are you, like, out in the town, like, you know, perusing the young folk?
Go back to your thesaurus and look for something else.
Thesaurus.
What is a cock?
You can caddy for me. I did a little more talking. Well, I have it saved for what I want to do, but I don't know how to do it.
Be in my body.
Who's Ellen Foley?
You know, they all know who I am.
Oh, Iggy is not happy with the content as it doesn't involve him.
Well, you have a voice for radio, but you have a face for TV as well.
You smoke a lot? I guess not. Okay.
Well, supposedly she was a scout for Custard. I mean, Manning, I think his first 3 years, he was averaging 20 interceptions a game.
Huh?
We just had a child, so obviously I'm breastfeeding.
You don't hear many guys named Justin back in the days of Christ.
Boy, that's a big long John.
Then you just humiliate him.
This just really chaps your ass.
Oh, God, that sounds like a porn.
And this is how good I am. I have a design that I was hoping Polo would do at some point over the last 10 years.
Did you ever talk with Ralph Lauren?
No, but I talked to one of their reps, and I said, have you ever thought about this?
We got kicked squarely in the scrotal sack.
I'm an island boy, and yes, I'm an island boy, and I come an island boy, and we are island boy. That's all it is. The whole song is that.
I can sell you my old boy leggings.
I'm never nervous. I've helped a lot of people out in this industry. And speaking of sports, and I hate to get on this topic, but I met Gaga. I don't get nervous. I'm at Hubbard now. Look at me. I'm cool. No, I'm the same person.
Could you imagine greasing him up to get him out of the tub?
But step 2 is definitely light hand play.
I watched a documentary on Calamity Jane. I'm going to guess that she's very cute.
Hey, Duggar, how about a pick?
Because, you know, I'm a big Hugh Hefner fan. Balak, Baliak, Zaliak, Bazaliak, Bozaliak. Well, a lot of our listeners don't work.
Suck on this, Doug. Suck on this, Doug.
That was Iggy's Drops of the Week, presented by The Post.
Patio season is quickly approaching St. Louis, and you know that Rosalia's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. Rosalia's friendly staff serves up tableside guac, pilot-high nachos, a full array of classic Mexican dishes, and the most delicious house and specialty margaritas. When you're craving a marg, you know the best are at Rosalia's. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalia's cater your next event. Check out rosaliascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalia's.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at tmastl.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
I'm gay. Now.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Sick. Doug, is aux on or is aux off?
It's probably off.
Yeah, it's
I
awesome.
forgot to
We've
give
been
Fauzi a
silent.
song, so won't be singing this.
You will not be singing this? Is it
I don't
your
know what
choice?
it is.
I'll take over.
Jackson's going to perform. Is his aux on or is aux off?
It's off.
I would like to get rid of this and play some Liliac
What is that?
so people can hear what I was talking about.
Scissor.
I like a good R&B song, though.
Scissor.
Right when the KY jelly comes out of the top
Babyface?
SZA.
Come on home.
Doug SZA was born in St. Louis.
Was he really?
You got a girl.
Who is this?
Feeling
SZA?
reckless.
Scissors?
Jackson.
SZA.
SZA.
Who played this? Who picked this?
Jackson.
Wait, what's going on here?
You didn't give him a song.
I could have.
You got hijacked.
Yeah. Mario Raby.
You care. 10:30, so later than that one.
Oh, it's so good.
My man is your man.
This is giving Doug a chance to catch up on texts.
Yeah.
We're all getting a chance to catch up on texts. Welcome back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. It's Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. And I deep teased it, and I'm excited about it.
Are you?
Iggy made it clear that don't apply to be in the Lisa Ann dating game, which he has taken over, unless you're serious. And yesterday you scolded Ray King because he sent in a picture with his gentleman lover at a Blues game kissing.
Yeah, we're not kink shaming, but that's not real.
We don't like monkey business on this show.
You probably saw him too, because I'm looking in the Hubbard email where it says TMA feedback. And that's where a couple of them went. One guy said, "Yeah, my wife isn't going to do it, but count me in." What? Well, it would count you in if you just said, "My wife's not going to do it, but save me a spot, count me in." No. There was nothing serious yesterday, so hopefully there are two serious ones.
We have two serious ones. Now, this gentleman's name is known as Big Mike.
Yeah.
Great.
He's a fan of mine.
I don't think he's a fan of anybody.
Yeah,
No, I don't think he likes it.
It's us all.
Is he married?
He has a fiance. There is the image. That is Big Mike sending in his application. He and his fiance would like to participate in the Lisa Ann dating game. I would say they're both in their early 20s.
That's fine.
So they're in.
Yeah, if he's serious.
How do we know if they're serious?
Well, that's just it.
Well, you're not going to know if anyone's serious or not.
Make you put down a deposit. If you don't show up, we keep
There
your
is a
money.
deposit.
We keep your money.
What
If
is
you
the
show up, you get your money back.
$10,000, I assume?
Yeah, $500. If you show up, you get your money back. If
That's
not,
a sizable deposit.
we take the money. We get the money for charity. If you're really serious about it.
I'm afraid we'll get no one now.
We got Big Mike, except he's got to put in the 500.
500?
Yeah, and I'm sure Lisa Ann doesn't care if it's a dating game. So if you all want to say we're in and you don't show up, who cares? We just don't do a dating game.
Yeah, all
What about
this.
the audience who arrives at Maggie O'Brien's to see it?
Well, then they're out. If they came just for the dating
That's
game,
just
then...
not a good relationship with the audience.
Well, if they came just for the dating game, that's kind of dumb, isn't it?
Hey, audience, sorry, you're out.
Yeah, and each couple, it's a $500 entry fee, but you get free water, and the money goes to charity.
Yep.
No, if they show up, they get their money back. If they don't show up, we keep your money. That'll make sure they're serious about it. You want...
And the second one, the Loomster.
Oh, wow.
The Loomster, Doug, has sent in the following. Good morning, Deus. Please accept this message as the Loomster and Mrs. Loomster's request for involvement in the Lisa Ann dating game. Picture added to prove legitimacy and seriousness. Shouts to main man Stevie B. Bye.
Stevie B. Bye.
Well, I know ED and his wife, so, yeah. They'd be a perfect couple for it.
Doug here is
okay.
Their picture.
Yeah, they're in. Jay's a big fan.
Fan of the Loomster or his wife?
His wife. No, that's a
Okay.
cute couple.
So they're in.
Yeah, they're in this too.
Sure would like to get Jay involved in
We
it
have the
somehow.
Smiths.
Oh, the Smiths too. That's three.
Smiths yesterday.
Yeah. He's serious. He wouldn't say he's not. He wouldn't play around with us.
Let's just wait till game day.
You're a little concerned, Plowhawk.
And this is like a recruit, saying he's going to be on your team when he's a sophomore in high school. Let's
Well, we all
pump
should
the
be
brakes
concerned.
until we can get a letter of intent
All right.
and him on campus.
And that $500.
I think last year we had five couples, and then when the day of the thing, we had like two. We had to go into the crowd and who wants to play? I don't want that this year. I want this set up so we know who the couples are.
You're fed up with the whole thing.
I'm not fed up with it. I'm not dating them.
Guys, I want to replay something for you here with text. Iggy, don't apply to the Lisa Ann dating game unless you're serious. Doug, well, how do we know they're not serious? Iggy, well, we don't. That's the thing.
That is the
This
thing.
show is wonderful. That's from King Fupa.
Yeah,
No, except I know the people. I know.
So the people can only be in if you know them.
Well, I know the Loomster, so he wouldn't kid. I know the Smiths, they wouldn't kid. Big Mike, not a fan of anybody. He's just a bitter old young guy. But
it is rare for somebody in their early 20s to be as angry as Big Mike is.
But he did send a picture of his fiance, so they're real.
Jackson, can we confirm that really is from Big Mike?
Where did you see this from?
That was in the, I know we have so many different places where people can send messages now. This is in our email via the TMA app.
What time was this sent today?
8:56 a.m.
I did not get it. Must have just sent it to you personally.
No.
I got it.
Oh.
You got it? Yeah.
Oh, that's strange.
I can't check my Hubbard email on my phone.
Why?
Because I can't lock my phone, and Hubbard email only will go to phones that you can lock. And I get that. But my phone doesn't have a lock. You don't need a password. Just you can swipe up when I'm on a break, Doug. Swipe up, go to my
Go through
photos,
his
and
phone.
see me naked if you want.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
Can you
I'll
just
do it.
click a button on the right to put it to sleep or something? Where it would require...
Put that ass to sleep.
No, because then I don't need a password to get in. Anybody can get into my phone.
Well, what kind of phone is that?
But if you set up
Samsung.
a password, you're able to. I'm sure you're able to set up one on.
Well, I don't get pressing email while I'm here. I can check it at home.
Okay.
Guys, just like the Fan Pin Club Championship, only Iggy's friends will be allowed into the dating game. That's from Lady Gaga's Fupa.
I don't have 64 friends, so you know that's a lie.
Yes, you do. You have 64 friends.
I have nothing to do with who plays in the Fan Page Club Championship. I don't know half of them.
And we have a full field for the Fan Page.
Yeah, but I don't know half of them, so to say that they're my 64 friends get in.
Hit the aux again, Walrus King.
We haven't put a drop yet.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. What's
so,
going on?
like,
There's been
I'm
audio.
going to turn it on.
Oh, I saw they couldn't hear that awesome SZA song.
Yeah, I must have.
I wouldn't say that I'm friends with Big Mike. I let him in.
Jesus the Olds, your phone can and does have a lock feature, moron. That's from the Veiled Prophet.
Well, I don't care.
Okay, it should just be in like your settings. I'm sure you can.
I don't
customize
care.
it.
I wish I got this Big Mike.
You have naked pictures of yourself on there. You care, don't you? Or do you want those to get out?
I don't care who sees them.
We could see your ween.
Yeah.
Why do you take naked
Well,
pictures
I
of yourself?
took one to send to somebody, and it's still on my phone.
Who's gonna get it?
There we go.
The person that asked. The person that asked for it.
Someone asked you for a nude.
Yeah. Is that unusual?
Yeah, I think so.
I get requests all the time. I pick and choose.
You don't get
All the
requests
time.
all the time. Wow.
So many so that you pick and choose what.
Well, I have to be careful. I don't know. I want to send it to somebody that's going to send it to somebody else.
But your phone is unlocked, so the careful aspect, if anybody does get that phone, they're able to access all of that.
I'm not worried about the pictures. I'm worried about all my numbers would disappear.
So this is happening all the time.
All the
time.
And this is women saying, please, Iggy, send us a nude.
How am I going to text Jody Sweeten if all my numbers disappeared?
Jody Sweeten from Full House.
I was texting with her when what's his name passed away? I forgot.
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget. I was texting with her.
By a bump on the head.
Rest in peace.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, I did not know. But anyway, if all my phone numbers were gone, I mean, I don't have these written down anywhere. I think AT&T backed it up for me. That's if my phone did get lost or stolen, they have my numbers backed up. I believe.
Back that ass up.
That.
Yeah, that'd be a bad beat if you lost all your phone numbers.
How many nudes have you got of yourself on that phone?
Yeah.
I think just 2.
Front and back?
No, just out of the shower.
I don't think any girl is wanting the rear.
Who's taking the photos? Is that you taking the
I don't know.
photos?
I got a fairly nice ass for an old man.
You don't.
Put that off.
I don't.
Snag that audio if you would. The drops of the week. Fistful of Bourbon, utilizing knowledge learned from the longest-serving malt master in the history of whiskey. Our master blender has married 5 straight bourbons in one beautiful bottle. Flavors of honey, creamy vanilla, and the delicate light spices of cinnamon and nutmeg will invade our mouthhole. It'll always taste damn fine neat. Make one hell of a cocktail. It ain't just a bourbon. It's a damn fistful. Imported by William Grant & Sons, New York, New York. Don't be a damn fool. Enjoy it responsibly. It's Fistful of Bourbon. Think about it. What do you think?
I can't think about it. I'm thinking about Iggy taking selfie nudes out of the shower.
Dear Deidre, I set up a fake profile to see if my fiance would respond to me on a swinger site, and unfortunately she did. I'm gutted. I'm a man of 35 and she is 30. We are due to be married in July, and I thought things were good, but clearly not.
No.
I'm a quiet guy who likes sex once a week on a Sunday morning.
Oh, stop.
Sunday morning rain.
Nothing wrong with
She
that.
has-
Read the newspapers, have a cup of coffee, sex.
She has asked me if I'd like to try something new, but I don't know what to do. I was a virgin when we met 7 years ago. She used to be overweight, but since lockdown, she's changed her eating habits.
Does she?
Downloaded a fitness app, and now she'd give a 20-year-old a run for their money. My fiance goes out with her mates every Friday. She always comes downstairs before a cab arrives and asks me if she looks okay, and I say, yes, you look okay. She seems annoyed with that, but what does she want me to say? I don't mind her going, but recently she's been glued to her phone. She has her hair done on most Friday afternoons and even has her nails done now. I began to wonder whether she was talking to somebody else. When she was out one night, I looked at her iPad and saw a tab open showing her a profile on a swinger site. I was horrified, especially as she said she wanted to meet men for fun before I tie the knot. I set up a profile too, and she's taken the bait. She's asked me to meet her at the club, which is linked to the swinger site. She no longer wants to come near me in bed, and she doesn't even want to kiss me when I leave for work. I don't know what to do. Do I tell her what I found, or go to meet her as planned? or just end our engagement and walk away. Boy, Doug, a lot for dear Deidre here.
Yeah.
This is a big moment for Sally
I don't
Land.
think there's going to be a support pack for this. There's too much going on.
I got a lot to go on too.
I just don't think you
Deidre
should
says
be able to handle it.
you have to talk to her. You found out something which spells doom for your relationship if you don't act on this now. You can't marry her while this is hanging over you. She's tried to talk to you about your sex life, but has expected you to come up with the answers. If she's into swinging, are you really compatible? Would spicing up your sex life and doing it more regularly really cut it for her? Find a moment to explain that you were seriously worried about your relationship. Tell her that she left the tab open and you saw what she'd been doing. Relate runs, courses for couples who may have issues to iron out before their wedding. So check out relate.org.uk to find your nearest branch. It's good advice.
Tavistock.
I don't know.
I have a couple of questions.
All right, I'll take
one. How did he know it was her profile?
The tab was open on the iPad.
All right, but how did he know it was her profile? And just like, how does she know it was his profile? I mean, there's no picture on these profiles.
Well, she didn't know.
But there's no pic. You're in a dating site without pictures.
Dog avatars.
I mean, who's going to go out with somebody without a picture?
If it's like a swingers website or a cheating website.
Well, the dude like
You
that.
don't want pictures. You don't know. You're not just going to go out with some random person because they have some words up there. You want to see what they look like.
Now, Rebecca and Sam Obasanya went out together without seeing pictures of each other on that dating app in Ted Lasso.
This thing's made up. And we haven't had a lockdown in 2 years. All these emails are still about during, we're lockdown.
Well, they're in the United Kingdom.
Everybody's still locked down in the United Kingdom?
They were just a little longer than us.
Yeah, they're so made up. And it didn't the one say I was a virgin until I got married? Wasn't that the beginning of it?
The gentleman was pure.
Okay, well, now he's saying he's engaged. Which is it, married or getting engaged?
Got a good point.
Yeah, that is a good point.
We might have spotted a flaw in the Sally Land letter.
I break these down. Better than Sally. Or whoever's doing it for her.
Sally's doing it for Deidre.
Okay. Did we find
She has asked me if I'd like to try something new, but I don't know what to do. I was a virgin when we met 7 years ago.
Oh, we met, not when I was married. Okay, I apologize.
We got a clarification.
Okay.
Well, I don't think he should meet her as a swinger and say, it's you, because she's going to be able to say the same thing about him.
Right.
So I guess he should just confront her and probably move on to the next girl.
Well, if it's a swingers website, I mean, she's meeting a single guy. Is she bringing somebody? I mean, you can't be a swinger with two people.
No, that's just a dating website.
Oh, I thought somebody said swingers.
I think it is
I think
swingers.
you did, actually.
It said it was a swingers website. But it sounds like it's just merely a dating website. Why are we worried about this? It's made up anyway. Why are we spending 2 minutes thinking about this and trying to come up with a solution? There is no solution because this story's made up.
We're trying to help people, Doug.
Well, there's no helping this guy. He's pretty boring. He says, I have sex once a week. I'm sure she wants more than that. And she wants to try something new, and I don't know what to do. Try it. You may want to have sex more than once a week, too.
Morning, boys. I'm here in Austin getting ready for match play. They say everything is bigger in Texas, which I can confirm. Last night I fooled around with Len Matisse. He's hanging absolute rig, as you've probably heard.
Oh.
Tried to get my mouth around
Okay.
for about an hour and ended up dislocating my jaw. Totally worth the pain. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Thanks. That's from Madison Hedgecock.
Well, Lenny Matisse better hurry up and get on a plane because he tees off in California tomorrow. So I don't know what he's doing in Austin with the PGA players. He's in the Champions Tour teeing off on Thursday.
Guys, if you want to get a sense for your audience, there are two guys setting up a disc golf date in the YouTube chat.
What was that noise I just heard?
That was Iggy snorting.
What was that noise?
I was spitting in my coffee.
Is that real?
It sounded like someone was drowning.
Oh, I had to drink a coffee. And I'm setting up disc golf dates in the YouTube
Which is
chat.
true. I can't confirm.
I started spitting my coffee up.
What happened?
I don't know. I was just trying to write down Madison Hedgecock's name in the suspension lawsuit. Lynn Matisse has also been.
Oh, Matisse had nothing to do with it.
How do we know? He's been suspended 2 days. Hedgecock 2 days.
I remember him throwing away a
I spell
Players'
Matisse.
Championship one year, I believe. Before Joe texted us, the idiot Champions Tour starts on Friday. Yeah, Friday, not Thursday. was just having fun with the
No,
massive
it was a
guy.
preventative measure.
Well, he will.
Producer
Yeah,
Joe.
those idiots teeing off on Thursday in the chamber. They tee off on Friday. It's only three rounds. Idiot.
Yeah, there is some disc golf being arranged. This is odd.
I used to play for an awful lot.
Where are they going to play?
Maybe we should go.
Laurel Park, it looks.
Laurel Park, Doug. Laurel Canyon.
Okay. I don't think I know where
Looks
that
like
is.
Friday afternoon around 3-ish.
Anybody want to go?
I don't have a Frisbee, I don't believe.
I mean, you have no life. You can really set it up any day you want.
Can we get the droneman out there maybe?
Oh, yeah. Dogtown time.
I don't think
Want to watch somebody else play
squeeze on
Frisbee
that one.
golf?
I've had friends play it. They say it's pretty fun.
Well, it's
I'm just
fun.
terrible at Frisbee. I used to be so good at it. When I lived in Bermuda, we spent all our time on Horseshoe Bay just throwing the Frisbee back and forth.
I'm sure you
Now,
did great.
my old neighbor, Chris, with his dogs are Frisbee dogs. And we'd go out in the backyard and throw, and he'd throw it like 150 yards to the other building, and I would mine would go sideways. I just can't get it to go straight.
I got a hole-in-one in high school.
Oh,
Mazel
did you?
tov.
Right through the trees?
hole-in-one
Oh.
Oh, it was a par 3. I guess it was wrapped around one tree there. It's fun.
Yeah, seems like it'd be a fun thing to do.
It is fun. It's not great when your disc goes in the creek.
Well, what do you do then?
You can either, donate that to the creek or try to get in there and have one of your buddies help you. Hold your hand as you reach into the creek.
Don't you bring another Frisbee in case you lose one, in case one gets stuck in the trees or something?
Typically, I would just carry a putter and a driver.
Those are two different Frisbees.
Right. They call them disc.
Yeah, the putter has the bigger lip, meaning it can stay afloat, and kind of glide its way to the target.
You still have to shot shape.
Ultimate Frisbee is one of the funner sports to play.
Yeah, exhausting.
Got some breaking news.
Third contestant?
The Loomster has issued a statement.
He's out.
Hey, fellas, just left the dentist. Heard we were in the dating game. However, we will not be participating if Big Mike is in. That dude sucks. No thanks.
What? You're not competing against him.
These people are going to be dropping
My
like
God.
flies. We're going to have one contestant. It's going to be a dude bringing flowers with no date. And then Larry.
Well, he can pair up with Larry, and they can be a couple.
Well, the Smiths are in, and Big Mike is still in with his fiance, but Big Mike's presence is now causing the Loomster to WD.
Yeah, Loomster's been in the competition for 20 minutes, and he's already out.
Why
I don't
would you
have a
care?
lot of faith.
He trashes us. He doesn't trash you.
Who's that, Big Mike?
Yeah.
I don't know if does he trash other people? I don't know. We have all been on the receiving end of it.
He is somewhat of a douche. Do we put a guy like that
Doug, do we put him in
the contest?
We have to
think
decide
of,
between Big Mike and the Loomster.
well, we have to think of Lisa Ann, too. Do we want, if this guy wins, that he gets to go on a date with her when he's...
And the thing with Big Mike, he's going to lose a lot of his street credibility. Nobody knows him, and when you hear his text, you think, "Oh man, he's a badass." This dude.
I don't think anyone thinks. I don't think anyone thinks anyone texts into this as a badass.
His cachet for the show will, disappear.
Well, Lisa Ann's a smart person, so she can see through him if she thinks he's this guy. She won't pick him. So, I mean, Mike's still in. I don't know. Loopster, I don't know why you would drop out. Well, is that a serious WD?
No, I don't think it's a serious W. I don't think he was serious to be in the contest in the first place.
Really? I don't know. He did send a picture of him and his, I guess, wife in.
Yeah, I don't know. We have plenty of time, but
It's almost like the wives need to text in that they're in too, because any guy could be like, "Yeah, me and my wife are in," and like, "Oh, I actually asked her, and she said no chance."
Not one guy is in in control of their significant other's calendars. Usually, I just do whatever Madison has set up for us.
That's the way most of it.
These guys are gonna get, gonna be a Tuesday night. Oh man, got plans.
now if some of these guys are having trouble talking their wives or girlfriends into it, I'll talk to them for you if you'd like.
Well, you're putting yourself out there now.
I could probably answer any questions they have about the game, how it's just fun, and just because Lisa Ann is a former adult film star, it's not what the date is going to
Why don't
be.
you get a date and be in the dating game?
There we go.
No, if I want to go have lunch with Lisa Ann, I just say let's go have lunch.
Doug,
You'd say no to that.
I don't need to win a contest to do it.
How do you like to pick up your kids from school, get dinner prepared, and right before bed, you're having a talk with Iggy about how you should go on the dating game with a porn star?
One guy said last night he was showing us text of him and his wife about doing this game, and he says, she may be coming around. I said, just have her call me. He said, maybe do a. He said, maybe I'll do a.
Just call.
Maybe I'll have you do a cameo for us. That's even better. Do a cameo. You know, send in if your wife's having trouble. I'll do a cameo to your wife, explaining the contest.
So he's got to pay for it now.
Oh yeah, kill two birds with one stone. I'll help you get her in the contest, and I get paid.
Another statement and says, "Oh, he shows a screenshot here. Should we apply?" Wow, she asked per the screenshot, Doug.
Okay.
Should we apply for the dating game with Lisa Ann? The Loomster responds, "No," and then he responds, "F it. Why not do something fun?" And then she says, "That's what I'm saying." And then he says, "Okay, I'll take care of it."
Okay,
wow.
let him in.
No, yeah, 100%. Loomster's in.
I'm a
Let
little
him in.
nervous.
So what does
about-
that mean for Big Mike?
He's out.
I don't know. That's a little bit too eager for me. I think Loomster need to.
Well, I mean, he's in, but is he really in a position to be giving ultimatums?
No, I'm not. I'm not picking and choosing. You know, well, Big Mike, he's not going to do it if Big Mike's in. So Big Mike's in. No, if you want to, they're both in. If you want to drop out because of Big Mike, that's your
You get the
prerogative.
last call. You're the ultimate authority.
He is in charge, Doug. He is in charge. He's
I
the
think I
chairman
put
of the
myself in charge of this.
board.
You don't get to put yourself in charge of nothing.
The Loomster says the dude whose mom is on the fan page is hardly a badass. That's from the Loomster. So now he's going after Big Mike, and it's on, Doug. It's
I'm
on.
gonna say
now.
my mom's on the fan page.
My mom's on the fan page.
Why would they be?
Fans of the program.
Yeah.
Oh.
They learn all about cooks and whatnot.
I mean, I'd like to get some moms in the dating game.
My mom is out.
Yeah, I think my mom and dad are out.
You don't want to
of
see
town that
your
weekend.
mom, one parent or the other, show up at the dating game.
Oh, you know, I'd like to call Charisse and her boyfriend.
Who's Charisse?
Sharice from
Oh,
Yeah.
Liquid and Lace. Siegfried's.
Maybe I'll call her and see if her and her boyfriend want to do it. They'd be a perfect couple for Lisa Ann.
Ray King has sent in another picture with him and his bearded friend. He says, "Hey guys, just saying, my wife and I are still interested in the dating game, but Boots is discriminating against us in our love."
Let them in. Let them in.
I'm not discriminating. If it was actually your significant other, you would call him your husband, not your wife.
Now you're kink shaming.
I'm not kink shaming. See, me and my wife is two dudes with beards.
What does the beards have to do with it?
Well, they're men.
Maybe he's the lady in the relationship.
If you said this is my lover or this is my partner, you can be in.
The Loomster is a dork and definitely a bottom. Team Big Mike, right her. That's from King Fupa.
King Fupa, why don't you get in?
Nobody wants to.
Call in, Big
Nobody
Fupa.
wants to get outside the Smiths.
It's fun getting talked about on the show, but when it comes to game time, when it comes to lacing them up, getting out there and flat doing it.
But in reality, what you get is a date with a very nice, very smart person.
Absolutely.
Lisa Ann's awesome.
You go out to dinner and you have great conversation and you say, well, that was fun, goodbye. That's
She's
what
the
you're
best.
getting.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, probably Mount Rushmore of adult actresses of all time.
Doug, that's on the Mount
No doubt.
Rushmore.
Man, that's a.
What would you say? Nod Jameson, Lisa Ann,
Jenna Jameson,
Felice Kitten Navidad.
Lisa Ann.
Feliz Navidad.
Seika.
I'd probably put Kay Parker, Christy Canyon in there. And then Seika, maybe. I'd go old timers, but yeah,
It's like putting Bill Russell first.
that'd be my 4. But without a doubt, one of the top 5. And you get to have dinner with her and hang out and hear stories and have free food. Why wouldn't you want to be in it? Unless you're embarrassed that you're going to lose.
Who's paying for the food?
I'm not.
I said who was.
It's not my contest.
I know you don't pay for nothing.
Well, I'm sure that the station will pick up the tab. I mean, it's a contest.
I just don't know.
But I mean, it's not embarrassing. Lisa Ann's not going to embarrass you. She's a very nice person. She'll just ask questions to see if you're compatible. If she wants to have dinner with you. I mean, the couple she picked last time, I didn't think they'd win. They were the oldest couple there.
Well, sure
that right?
they were.
Yeah, and there were a couple of younger couples there, but she just kind of hit it off with this older couple, and she said they had fun. They kept in touch after that dinner date.
Nice.
Stephen Wilde wants to be a whole sponsor at the Dotem, and I was connecting him with Kelly from the sales department.
Perfect.
Nice.
You're just doing business way of work.
Business while you work.
Your days never end.
That's fine. Doug, you know what it is?
Go on.
It's the love of the game. We do it for the love of the game.
Is that why we do it?
That's why we do it.
Okay.
Can my stepdad and I join the dating game? That's from Michigan Video Vault in the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Iggy, how's
Michigan video vault.
It is
The
kind
hell
of a
does that
slippery.
mean?
No,
It's kind
first
of
of
a
all,
slippery
he's
slope. If
your
you accept,
father-in-law.
If you accept two men, how do we know it's not just two bros getting together and say, "Hey, let's go get together with a porn star"?
So it's double cucking.
That's a double cucking? That's what that's called?
You're cucking your wife, and your father-in-law's cucking his wife, which would be your mother-in-law.
You don't like that?
To each their own. I don't think you should be in the dating game.
If you are interested in a whole sponsorship, you do automatically get a chance to get a spot in the Dotem on Monday before it goes public on Friday, by the way. So you can email me, tmckernan at InsideSTL.com, tmckernan at tmastl.com. Stephen Wildwood was just connected with the sales department via me, and I'm happy to do that for anybody. To be a whole sponsor for the upcoming Dotem presented by Michelob Ultra. And James Carlton will be a sponsor of the upcoming Dotem, and James Carlton is my insurance agent. If you are sitting there going, you know what, I've heard you talk about James Carlton, and it seems like you're a big fan. Why is it? Well, here's the deal. You can get insurance anywhere. Ask yourself, what is my provider doing for me? Do I have to hit prompts? Do I have to deal with chatbots? Am I put on hold? Is it always a different person? Are they local? Are they proactive in the community? Do they represent the #1 provider of auto and home insurance in the U.S.? That is what the case is with James Carlton across the board. The James Carlton State Farm team is comprised of individuals who are right here in your neighborhood. They have over 50 years of experience in the business and have a non-threatening, customer-first approach that stands out. Just check out the Google or Facebook reviews to see what others are saying. Give the James Carlton State Farm team a call at 314-961-4800 or go online carltoninsurance.net to see how their approach is changing the way insurance is done in 2021. That's James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. In about 5 minutes, we will have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. Send yours in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. And what a leaderboard it is. You're competing with some of the all-time greats all in 1 month. And I think we only have 7 emails of the day left for the month of March. Is that correct, Doug?
I don't know. That seems like
22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. Weekend, 28th, 29th, 30, 31. So we have 8 left. 8 left. This is going to be a fun competition.
Fun is the word.
Down the stretch.
That's the word I'd use. I use it often when describing this because it is it's a fun time for you and me. Ah, yes, you.
From dildos to plugs. Sex toys seem pretty straightforward. Just follow the simple instructions and you're guaranteed a steamy ride. But according to an expert, there's a crucial mistake all women make, and it could be dangerous. Writer and news.com.au columnist Nadia Bookady.
Bookady. Fake person?
Is that Australia?
I think so. AU, I guess. Has been exploring shacks and debunking several myths, such as bisexuality. Oh, that's a myth? That's
I don't know.
That's going to impact Balloon Party today.
That's what you talk about on there?
No, it's just going to impact my mindset. It's a myth. And over the years has acquired a relatively substantial collection of sex toys. An expert in the field, she has still made the odd error or two in the journey, one of which she decided to share with her Aussie audience. Quote, about a year ago now, I made a terrible, terrible mistake. In the detailed account of events, she explained how upon leaving her apartment, she had gone through the usual list of to-dos. I closed my apartment's blinds, double-checked the oven. Don't you ever double-check your oven?
No.
I should. I do that every day.
Yeah, me too.
Double-check the oven.
I didn't even use the oven, and I checked it before I went to bed. That's just how anal I am.
And hair straightener off, and lovingly placed my favorite vibrator in its charging dock. The latter turned out to be a crucial mishap, as back then she, quote, still wasn't aware of one of the biggest rules.
Come on.
Phone call, Iggy.
I turned it off.
I don't know if you know how to turn that off. I think it now
Sorry,
established.
You don't know how to turn it off at all. It's rung 3 times now during the presentation.
Is that an Usher song you have as your ringtone?
Whatever AT&T
Doug, was that Usher?
Usher, you say Usher, I say Usher.
Just whatever
You say
AT&T
oyster,
has.
I say oyster, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off. Okay. Where were we now?
About this lady's vibrator charging dock.
That's right.
The latter turned out to be a crucial mishap, as back then she was still wasn't aware of one of the biggest rules of vibrator ownership.
Oh, there's no rules.
This rule, she explained, is to never, ever leave a Vibe uncharged for more than 2 hours. Though it's scandalously uncommon knowledge, most sex toys contain lithium batteries, the same you'll find in your laptop, which are sensitive to lengthy charging. Is that true? So I can't charge my laptop? I just keep my laptop charged. Like it's been charging the whole show.
Yeah,
I always do that.
I always do that to my computers and phones and everything.
But I don't bang my laptop.
Probably
Not yet.
Leaving your vibrator plugged in overnight or for an entire week can create an unstable environment inside the battery, increasing pressure and ultimately putting your Vibe at risk of burning out. At the very least, Nadia wrote, if your trustworthy friend doesn't die after an all-nighter session in the charging dock, you will have significantly shortened its lifespan. And here's something else you can probably not. Here's something else you probably don't know. You should wait till the battery is low but not dead before reaching for the charging cable. This is because charging a vibrator from 0% can be just as damaging, so it's worth investing in a toy that has an indicating light to let you know when it's getting close to running out.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
I have an R2-D2 that I use as a butt plug.
And the nice thing about that R2-D2 is I don't have to charge it. It's just there whenever I need them.
Beep, boop, boop.
Right.
Now, I've been told that you shouldn't charge your phone all the time. I don't know, is that right?
I think you should let it die once a month.
Is that right? Really?
Maybe it's an old
your
wives'
opinion?
No, I think it might be an old wives' tale, but I hear it improves the battery. I hear it improves the battery life.
Hello, I am the Loomster is in the YouTube chat, and he's issued a statement over there now.
Okay.
It's only a statement.
I'm going to ban you just for his...
He says, we're probably in, but Big Mike is the absolute worst, and I don't want to be associated with him in any way.
Okay.
You're not associated with him. You'll be on one side of the stage, you'll be on the other.
That's close enough.
Yeah, well, if that's a problem for you, then get out.
If you don't want Mike Sherman,
I love ED. I love his wife, but I'm not going to fret over this thing. You're either in or you're out. Well, you have time to figure it out. I don't care.
Iggy, I love Lisa Ann, but she's not in the Mount Rushmore. It goes August Ames, Abigail Mack, Nicole Aniston, Nabella Danger. Thanks, 618.
Well, to each their own. I'm not sure I'd put Abigail on there.
Well, a scholar once told us that some men like some things and some men don't like other things.
Yeah. I mean, as far as young girls,
Well, I think if you're looking at impact in the industry, I don't know how Jenna Jameson's not on there. Now, whether you like her or not, or she's too old for you, that's a different deal. But as far as impact on the industry, and I think Lisa Ann is live in that conversation. Now, what a gentleman prefers or a lass prefers in their stag stars, that's subjective.
Well, who was the one that was the first big star?
John Holmes, Marilyn Chambers.
Marilyn Chambers, who was
Ivory commercials. She was on Ivory Snow commercials.
Yeah. Wasn't she the big first superstar, maybe?
Behind the Green Door.
Yeah, maybe Linda Lovelace would be in there, too.
Okay.
Hey, guys, if you're still looking for contestants, be sure to contact the gal who vomited pizza and Mad Dog all over Iggy's slop sink after a raucous night of sex.
Mad Dog.
You have a slop sink?
There's a reason I'm running this thing.
Cryptic.
You put yourself in charge,
So
didn't you?
cryptic. I mean, it's from Ellen Foley's mom, who used to be on the fan page. I don't want to be associated with the angry old guy.
Oh, my God.
I wonder if Ellen Foley knows about all these relatives and
Is Ellen
workers of
Foley
hers.
the lady who used to sing on Meatloaf's concerts?
Interviewed her.
And she drank Mad Dog?
We didn't talk about her mom or her gardener or her electrician or any of those people that work for her. Didn't know she was such a good emailer.
Wedding Tackle, he's not happy as per usual, says, are we not going to discuss Iggy's terrible phone management skills on live radio? How embarrassing.
Well, we've been discussing my phone skills for like 2 years on this show. So, yeah, we do discuss it. It is not embarrassing.
You just haven't figured out how to turn the
I
volume
turned
down.
the volume down 3 times.
And yet it still rings.
It's still
loud.
ringing. I don't know.
But have you turned
I just
silent
always have
mode
my phone on silent.
Always.
Yeah, I
Turn
could
on
do that,
silent.
too.
Yeah.
Is that like airplane mode?
No.
No, just silent.
Just the volume. There's
I
volume.
turned it. You saw me turn that volume
There's a
down.
difference between volume and ringer.
Yeah, volume is for like video that you play. That's why when your volume goes up and down. For the phone ringing, like I have a little switch on my iPhone that you can silent mode off.
Right.
So that means like it'll play like what ringtone I have set up. But if silent mode on, it's just all vibrating.
It's right there.
If I'm not mistaken.
I'll figure it out.
Well, you haven't figured it out yet.
Well, the show's almost over. I'm not going to worry about it now.
It'd be nice to get it wrapped up.
I've had 3 calls from this California person. Why don't you leave a message so I know who it is?
Should we leave Jackson's phone on and Iggy can call it a few times during Balloon Party.
Oh, yeah.
Blasted into the microphone.
I wonder what my ringtone
right
is.
right in the middle of a sunny take.
Oh, you know what my ringtone is? It's the Curb song.
Dude, it should be Go Cubs Go.
Chicago Yuppie.
I like the Go Cubs Go song. I like that
Or where do
fan
the
base
Blackhawks
sings a
play?
song when they win a game. I think
Chelsea, what's that song? Chelsea Rock or
really
something?
piss those listeners off.
Hanley?
I think that's what you need to do. Early on,
Just by
set
my
the
mere
tone.
presence, I do. Trust me. We're not having a problem with that. I was listening to Jamie Rivers yesterday right after the trade deadline. He had
He's
Alexa
good,
Dash.
isn't he? He's
oh, he's
great.
very.
He's fantastic.
He's good entertainment
So
too,
nice,
just
too.
around here, just BSing with him.
And so is she. She's terrific.
Yeah, she was great on the show yesterday as well.
Yeah.
I guess BT and Stalter were out, and she was filling in. And I
Who was that?
With Alexa Dat from the Bally Sports.
Oh, okay.
She was in. She's been in a few times, and they were talking about the trade deadline. And clearly, the text line on 101 is not limited in its anger to just 10 to 11. Jamie Rivers, okay, I'm reading your text. I understand.
That's brutal.
It's just so angry.
After a while, you have to break character. At some point, you just can't take the same text 55
I want to do so because I see when Jackson's eyes start to wander.
No.
And I just want to walk over there and turn off the monitor because did they get in your kitchen, Jackson?
Nah. Because there's just, if you're texting angry into Balloon Party, then you're clearly not someone I'd ever want to associate with.
Just click that X, right?
That doesn't bother me, so I find it entertaining.
What's the name? Is now Tex and Baby Huey? Is that, what's the name of it?
Yuppie and the douchebag, Tim and Lil Tex, Mark and Lil Tex,
Mark and Sam,
Mark and Boy.
Yeah.
Little text gives you a lot of opportunity for T-shirt memorabilia.
Yeah,
kind of
10-gallon
apparel
hats.
line there.
Okay. I thought
There's
it
a
was
lot
Tex
to
and
work
Baby
with.
Huey. My bad.
Tex and Baby.
You want to really piss them off one day, just bring me in for the beginning of the show and say, all right, you brought Iggy in here because there was a big Blues win last night. Iggy, what'd you think? I haven't seen a game in 2 years. All right, thanks for coming in.
You want to hijack that show as well?
I'll just say that 5 seconds and out.
Okay.
Of course, Jackson probably says it already. He didn't watch a game.
If Big Mike is the Barnhart Brawler, he's officially the worst, making Loomster correct. That's from the 3 and 4. Big Mike is not the Barnhart Brawler.
different.
I have met both. I have met both.
Barnhart Brawler used to be a regular, but he's not around unless he's changed his name.
He's still on the fan page, I believe. He pops up every once in a while.
It was the crying scene on air that I think really ended
he
his
cried.
tenure there.
Yeah, he cried about something.
Don't I see a brawler in the TMA feedback all the time? Is that the one I'm seeing?
What's the TMA feedback? Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't know.
I thought I see brawler in there quite a bit.
I get a lot of
I have to read them now because I don't know which one's going to be.
From management?
Yeah, I just don't. I see management says Hubbard, so I know. The other ones just say TMA feedback.
Well, it's time. We got to go.
No.
Sorry, I apologize. It's 9:51. I didn't realize it. Here in our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. I lost myself in the swirl of the strange, new, familiar softness of her.
No, this is not the filter file.
Yeah, that didn't sound like a filter file to me.
Yeah, because it was about a woman.
That's the dead giveaway. All right, I got it. Jackson, I'm out. I'm in. Oh,
Cool.
now, boy, things are getting deleted from the filtered file as I'm in
Come on,
here.
Jackson.
Time purposes.
Well, they say you know your audience. In all the years I've been listening to the show and tens of emails I've sent in, only 2 have received votes or 1, and both involve gerbil races.
Oh.
So give the boys what they want, I always say. My boyfriend Simon and I, along with his wife, are becoming gerbil entrepreneurs. All gerbils all the time. We are currently discussing with German scientists to create the world's first ribbed gerbil design for your pleasure. Did you know the word gerbil in German is Rennmaus, which I believe loosely translates to butt mouse?
Yeah.
We are currently in talks with a large German box store called the Heine House to distribute our ribbed gerbils. Here is a slogan we are thinking about. Ribbed gerbils, not great for gerbil races, but great for your naughty places. Love, Doug's microphone shadow.
Doug's microphone shadow.
That was great.
3-0, great start to spring training. Bad news about Flaherty and Reyes. Injuries come with the territory. Maybe we have enough anyway. Stop it! Did you give up spending money for Lent? Speaking of Lent, now I know how Jesus felt because we have been in the desert of no World Series for over a decade and bow tie and wallet. Might as well place a crown of thorns on the best fans in baseball. Here's what you do. Take the highest offer made to the free agent you want. Subtract 10% for play for the best fans in baseball. Light up a cigar because they are coming to St. Louis. And the media in this town is softer than the TMA audience when Iggy talks about walking around his apartment naked. Get your asses down to Jupiter and hold this team accountable. Tired of it.
Steve in Ballpark Village.
He's calling it One Cheapskate Way now.
Okay. Steve in One Cheapskate Way.
That's a great name.
St. Louis's hunky heartthrob, Missouri's finest rump. Watch him every day on YouTube and your heart will go thump. Hot takes about the Cardinals, hot takes about the Blues. Putt from the Frog's hair and don't forget your golf shoes. I tune in daily just to hear him talk. Anybody need a ride to the old ballpark? Dance with Walter Payton, took Seaver deep. Watch the cat almost drown trying to park his Jeep. Tap water tuna, saltines and more. McMuffins and hot tea, Arnold Palmer's galore. Give the ball to Peterson, let him tote the rock. Someone's being viral, give him a block. When Doug speaks, you know it's the truth. I'd love to meet him in the Tushy booth, asking coaches who's big for you so he can quote him. He served his time, so please free Deke dote him. I'd love to pinch his cute little cheek. Do the right thing, Vaughn. It's time to free Deke. The pride of Kirkwood, I wish he would handle my wood. He tore both his hamstrings running a race. What I wouldn't give to sit on his...
Hey!
I love you, Doug. That's from the JV golf coach. P.S. My boys got third place in the 2014 Alton Redbird JV shootout. Does that mean I get automatic entry into this year's Toto?
Yes. JV golf coach gaining automatic entry.
And finally,
fabulous poetry.
Hey guys, next time you take a vacation and Plowsy is tasked with producing a best of audio segment to play in the show's absence, but instead decides to replay audio of previous day's show because the inmates continue to run the asylum. Could you replay today's riveting 8 o'clock hour where a presumably salaried employee with the title of executive producer spent 45 minutes reinventing the wheel with an overcomplicated arts and crafts project by cutting and folding hundreds of dog-eared pieces of construction paper and shoving them into used envelopes and then asking the host to dig them out one at a time over dead air programming as if to build suspense while the listening audience was forced to adjust the volume each and every time the host yelled directly into the microphone about how terribly convoluted, mundane, and boring the segment has been. Jokes aside, I don't know which up-and-coming think tank you hired to create this industry-disrupting segment, but I can tell you there's a real buzz circulating in the radio world today as program directors around the country are catching wind of a viral TikTok showcasing an adult doing his origami homework at 4:30 a.m. with the same passion and determination you might see from a young hotshot attorney prepping for his first trial.
Oh.
That's from Ellen Foley's favorite movie critic who wasn't a fan of The Breakfast Club. We're in for the Lisa Ann dating game planned by a guy begging to send late-night Snapchats with contestants' wives, but only if the guy who posts offshore horse racing bets every hour on the fan page is out, and we're serious. Doug, that's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. What you got?
I love the poetry by JV Golf Coach. I also love Stephen Ballpark Village, or One Cheapskate Way. I'll go with Steve in One Cheapskate Way.
I would have went with Steve, but he turned it into religion. It was kind of sacrilegious.
What religion?
Well, he was talking about cross and
What?
thorns on the head. Well, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna just for the ending, just because of the PSs. I'm gonna go with Ellen Foley.
I will go with Steve at One Cheapskate's Way. Steve has got himself a win, and if I'm not mistaken, that puts him in the lead. He's just taking the lead to put the board.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Congratulations to Steve at One Cheapskate's Way. All right, time for us to shut it down. Action Jackson and I are going to go walking down the hall, Doug.
Come and get your whooping.
It's time to take it. It's time to take it. You can listen to Balloon Party, also known as Yuppie and the Douchebag, on 101 ESPN at 10 a.m. Leave a mic drop. We may play it. We haven't played one yet, but we might today. And then you got TMA all day. And now the segments are up on your display. Have you noticed that? I don't know if anybody is... I've noticed that. I was driving along yesterday, and it's like Iggy mad about rooming with Joe Roderick was on the display. So now when you listen to 105.7 HD2, you see what the segment is. How about that?
And we have the worst Las Vegas comedian. That was one.
That's in there?
He's on there.
That's the name of it. It's really funny.
He was number one.
Yeah,
He did win somehow, somewhere.
Yeah.
Time for us to shut it down. Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. Next, TMA all day here on 105.7 HD2, the Potted Plant. For the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, for Iggy, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, and Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPN.